All right. We're live, buddy. We live. We live. We live. And the panel's not even here, but I'm gonna get the show started because I'm not trying to be here all night. I kind of got like a short night. I want to play some video games and I gotta go to work tomorrow. So shout out to young Brit B. Yeah, man, hit the like button, hit the share button. If you hear, make yourself known. So I don't know what type of show we're gonna have today. Because I started to stream late, but ain't nobody here. We got Chris, and we got Dre, and we
What's happening?
got me.
That's all we need, baby.
Oh man. Chris, man, you there? You there? He's probably muted. But Dre, what you got going on, man?
Shit, a bunch of nothing. Just finished the Destroy All Humans 2 remake.
I forgot that shit even came out. I thought it was on it was coming
it's
soon
not,
still.
It dropped the 31st of August, I believe.
Oh, okay.
It's not good. It's not good at all. It's not better than the first one. I'll just say that. But
gotcha. It's not, because I don't like the first one at all.
the remake? Did you play the remake?
I played the remake. I didn't like it.
Yeah. Oh wow. Well, then you won't like this one. Then definitely won't like 2. Then, But yeah, that's about it. I haven't really been playing too much. I think before that, what I played before that, um, what was that? I know it's not Cyberpunk. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, you were. I know you.
oh, The Last of Us. Sorry, my
Oh
fault. I'm
yeah, yeah,
tripping.
that
Yeah,
that came out. That little game came out.
yeah. That game, yeah, I beat that. Got the platinum in that. I'm done with that. So,
What do you got to do to get the
uh,
platinum in that game? Because when I felt like my first playthrough, The Last of Us, the remaster, I wasn't getting any sort of trophies, and I was like, I didn't
honestly,
get a trophy until I beat it on
yeah,
ground. And I'm
right.
like,
So it's like miscellaneous stuff. Like, of course, you got to get the collectibles, right?
mhm,
And then you got to do all the optional conversations, and
mhm,
then you have to listen to Ellie's jokes throughout the whole game. But the thing is, with the jokes, it doesn't give you like a cue on when it's going to happen, right? So um, you got to do that, and then I want to say it's some chapter trophies. And that's pretty much, it's only 25 trophies. It's only 25. So it's not that much. And
mhm.
it's nothing like, you got to kill certain enemies a certain type of way. It's not like that. Um but it's fairly simple. It's pretty easy. I got it in what, under 12 hours. Oh, I'm sorry. You got to do the Left Behind DLC too.
Yeah.
And you got to do some stuff within that DLC, some trophies in that. So it took me like 12 hours to get the platinum. It wasn't long at all.
Okay. Um,
What you been up to?
I've been up to a little bit of everything. Like I've played some let me just look at it because I've been trying to find like, all right, so I started Saints Row. Yeah, obviously you were there
Mm,
for the
you
stream.
yep.
And then I dropped it, not because I didn't like it, dude, because I was enjoying it. And I don't like when video games do this to me. I was enjoying the game. I was like, all right, cool. And then the game like opened up like for real, like, after the whole prologue, right?
Right.
And
Yep,
stuff
yep.
like that. And the game opened up, and then I had back-to-back missions where I ran into a bug where my
Mm.
buttons don't work. So my dude's just stuck in like the aiming motion, and the only really action I can do is run and kick. And I'm like, okay, so none of my button prompts gonna work. I was like, okay, so let me just restart the checkpoint, right? Whatever, and
Mm.
it'll do it. Restart checkpoint? Nah, because I restarted the checkpoint, I restarted the bug. So I'm
Oh
like,
wow.
nah. It's like, nah, I'm not
Yeah.
doing this. So I restart the mission from the beginning. All right, the bug's over. All right, let's go. Let me do a different mission. Go and do a different mission. Bug happens again, and I'm like, all right. My
Yeah.
patience just wore thin because at that point, it's like because these games they put you through so much. Drive here, drive there, da da
Yep,
da,
yep.
and then you get to
Mhm.
me and for it to just break. I was like, bro, it's bugged out at this point. I don't want to start that whole process over before this point. If like I don't
Yep.
mind having to restart the game to get the bug, to get the to fix the bug, but I want to restart it here during this action. So
Mhm.
once that happened, I was like, all right, I have no patience for this. I'm gonna uninstall the game until they decide to fucking patch it. So I
Yeah.
uninstalled the game, and I don't know if it patched it. I recently installed it yet. I just haven't booted it just in case there was a
Mhm.
patch. So Saints Row been playing but on hold. NBA 2K. I've been playing that. Doing some head. I had to force myself to like NBA 2K because Dre, my game is NBA Live.
That's right.
So there's no NBA Live, so I'm literally have to like teach myself how to be at least decent
Decent.
at this
Yep.
game. And that's the gameplay here. This is actually I'm gonna actually upload this video separately. I had an incredible comeback on Ham Solo with this game because he was a beat my ass all game up until the last quarter. But so NBA 2K, and I got my like I'm enjoying the obviously I do online head to head, but one thing I could never get into with NBA 2K is the whole my player
My
situation. You know
player.
what I mean? It
Right,
was it
right,
was a thing I couldn't get into, and I know the money going into it, and then what people would do is like, I just can't commit to that, right?
right.
So this time around, I was like, hey, I paid, this is gonna sound absurd. I paid $150 for this game. right?
Oh, you got the Jordan
Yeah, not because I care
edition.
about Jordan or anything like that. It's because it came with NBA League Pass. And I used to pay for
Yeah,
NBA
yeah,
League
yeah.
Pass for years and
Yep,
I
yep.
stopped because it became too expensive. So,
And it's like $50 off, right? If you buy the $150 joint.
yeah,
Yep,
it's
yep.
something like
Mm-hmm.
right. So, and it's like, all right, even if I don't enjoy the game, I can still, do the league pass thing, right? And
Right,
call it a
right.
day and not have to worry about paying monthly or something like that or something like that. I forgot. But so it's like, all right, whatever. So I'm I started they got your whole my team thing, which is it's interesting, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure I'll have people to play with. So far it's cool. My cousin's playing it, Dealer's playing it. I've done that with him. I've done now I'm trying to do the my career.
Mm-hmm.
And now this is the part of the game I wouldn't mind. Like I probably should have played and enjoyed before the last couple years. So my issue with this game in my career, right? It's like, sure, I can play at my own pace, and I was like, I'm gonna just play and build my character up, right? They got you doing all this unnecessary side quest. The my career is literally a fucking RPG.
Yep,
And
yep.
I don't like that shit because now all I want to do right now is play a game with my guy on
Right.
the team, on the court. And every time I go to play that team, I have to do all these other quests before I get on the court again. And I'm
Yep,
like,
yep, yep.
bro, man, just skip all that bullshit. Just put me on the court. Like, and it's like every time I go to play next game, oh, you must finish quests. And look what I gotta do to finish the quest, right? You know what I gotta do to finish the quest? I gotta walk my dude all over the city talking to these icons. I gotta talk to Jake from State Farm. Gotta talk to the coach. Gotta talk to the person. Gotta talk to a fan. Gotta talk to a scout. I'm like, bro, man, I don't want to do all this shit all day.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
want to do
crazy.
this no more. I was like, I just want to play. And so I got to the point. I was like, after I talked to like the sixth person, right? And I was like, all right, let me just play a game. And it still said I need to complete the quest. I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm not. I guess I'm not advancing my character anymore. I was like, I'm gonna have to advance him through some other means where I either have
Yeah,
to buy VC or I have to
bottom.
play
Yep,
other
yep.
different modes just so I can get some points on them because they're not letting me play with my character. And I'm like, and I was like, all right, so I've been playing 2K, but I haven't been doing what I want to do in 2K because they put so much stuff and fluff into the super. I
Yeah.
don't when I'm playing a basketball game, I don't want to play GTA. I don't want to play
Mm.
Assassin's Creed. I don't want to play The Sims. I want to play the basketball. And I'm like,
Yeah.
how you got me doing everything in this game but basketball, skateboarding, riding a bike, like come on, like all this stupid shit. And I'm like, dude, just get me to the court.
That's probably why people buy them VCs because they know they got to do all that crap. You know what I mean? So they just boost their players up, right away
Yeah.
because they go, they got to do that shit anyway. So yeah, that's what it is now.
So in a couple bonus games, so I downloaded Biomutant again now that it has its next gen patch.
I do want to cop that, but I'm on the fence about that, man. I don't know.
It's on
I
sale,
don't know.
buddy. Or unless I mean I don't know if it's on sale on PlayStation, but I saw it on like it was on like dirt cheap, if I'm not mistaken.
I know. I think it's like $40 new.
It's a
So
all right.
it's
I'll
not.
tell you this,
That's not
right?
a bad price.
I don't know because I dropped it, right? I had dropped it for a couple reasons before. One, it was just a little like glitchy, and I didn't want to sacrifice well they had a performance mode and I think resolution mode before, right? It was like
Mhm.
I forgot what it was. It was like 4K 30 and I think it may be
It was like
1080p
1080p 60.
60,
Yep. Hmm.
um but it wasn't like it wasn't like a fluid 60 at all. Like it was like all over the place, right? So it was like, all right, whatever. I was like, you know what? I this is a long RPG type game. I'll pick it up at some other point. And so they updated it. It is much improved. You got 3 different modes. You got 4K, native 4K 30, and then you got 4K unlocked, which is it's a frame rate at target 60 frames, and it sticks around like 50. Like you can get 60 for the most part, but once the world opens up and it's a whole lot of grass and all that other shit, it hits the frame rate and then you're sitting around like 55 pretty much through the way, which is not a problem. honestly with VRR and stuff like that,
Right.
if you want to maintain that the 4K, but when you go to the true performance mode, it drops it to 1440p 60, and I didn't experience any drops at all. Like it was like, okay, I can see why. Like I was like, I can rock with this, and I could do either or, right? But I was playing for a little bit. I was like, all right, like when I was playing it, I had a level of like focus and interest to move forward that I didn't have when the
Okay.
game first came out, right? So it's like, okay, I'm probably gonna stick around with this. Maybe I'll continue this after I get through Saints Row, because I think Saints Row is probably a quicker game, right?
Yeah, if you do like the
Yeah, because I'm
main
not,
missions and stuff.
yeah, I don't think I'll be fooling around with all that extra bullshit unless they do that
Right.
bullshit where they require you to do all this before you hit the next mission.
They do. Yep. That's in the game.
But like I
Yeah.
was before the bug, I was having fun with Saints Row, so that's why I'm not tripping too hard, right?
Yeah, cool.
And then
With Biomutant, is it like, did it seem straightforward, or is it like one of those complex RPGs? Because I hate those kind.
wait. Tell me what you mean by complexes. Believe
So
it or not,
like
even though we play vast different games, we have similar tastes in the type of fucking games that's introduced to us. So let me know
like
what you're trying to.
like when it's like when they have you like mix and match shit, or not necessarily like crafting, but
Yeah,
like okay, you gotta like have chemicals and all this fluff shit,
I get what you're talking about. Like, all right,
like
I want to say for the most part now everything seems straightforward. However, and this is where things could get complicated, and I'm witnessing it now, but I just haven't been interested enough to go and entertain. There's areas that are like toxic with different types of toxins, and you need specific
yes. Oh
armor
my
or
god.
like
Okay. Yeah.
or potions to survive that area, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and at the time it's like, all right, well, okay. And so obviously you got to read what that is, and then look for it if you need to do any objective or missions in that area. So
Does it
yes,
at least tell you like where you get these ingredients, or where you get the ingredients for like the potions you need?
Dre, I'm going to assume it does at some point, because everything I had to have got so far, there was some sort of notification or narrative to tell you.
Okay, cool.
Now, I
Cool.
will say
Okay.
this: every time I came across one of those areas, it wasn't because I was required to go. It's just that the world is so vast. I just happened to
Hmm.
come across in my path to somewhere else. And I'm
Okay.
like, oh, and then once things start happening, my guy started freaking out, or the screen start changing. I'm like, okay, and then it tells you need this to to come here, and then I just leave. But so
Okay.
I haven't been sent to a place I wasn't supposed to have been at. It just so happens that the world is so vast, and your character moves at like a decent speed but not fast enough, so you're going to come across these things. You see it, you're gonna look, you might wander around, because obviously RPGs, there's going to be collectibles and different items that you got to get that are at these locations. But I can't say, what I mean, that I don't think they lead you blind, because actually, if anything, one of the issues with the game is this narrator will talk you to death, like to the point where he tell you everything you come across that you've never seen in a video game, they'll tell you about.
Okay.
Uh, so you got
That's
that.
cool though. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
mad at
So
that. Okay.
it's cool. Like I'm willing to start invest in time. I got nothing else to play pretty much, but I got, so I'm gonna do that. I got access to 13 remastered. I didn't want no access to the game prior to this, but now it finally got this next gen release, so I decided to play
That
that.
game looks so bad. I've been seeing some gameplay on that. That
Mm.
game looks so bad.
It's yeah, yeah. Like I tried to play on I started on like the hardest difficulty possible, just like, let me just burn through this and get play on the hard difficulty. I might have to crank that shit down a bit, because it's one thing if the game was like, for example, like game like Shadow Warrior 3, or a game like Bright Memory Infinite, where I'm actually enjoying the visuals and the gameplay aspect of it. It was like, okay, this is worth a couple playthroughs, or at least attempting on the hardest. I was playing that, I'm like, okay, yeah. I was like, I can barely tolerate this game, so I was like, I might not go for the 100% completion. I just might just go for a standard playthrough, bro. But
Yeah, for sure.
but yeah, I mean, it's standard, 4K 60. But you know, those visuals, you know what I mean, are, you know, less inspiring, and it is a remake of a game that came out in 2003.
Right.
So
So that
I
was PS2, right?
yeah, this is,
PS2. Oh my
I don't know
god.
if I don't know if this was a, I thought originally, because I think when I had access to this game before, like I bought it and I think I played it once.
It was on the GameCube,
GameCube,
right?
yeah, I had it for
Yep, yep.
GameCube. That's when I got
Yep.
it. It was for GameCube.
Yep.
Um,
Gotcha.
but I don't know if it ever came out for the PS2 and the original Xbox. I could be wrong, but I just know when I had it, I only had a GameCube. I had a GameCube and a PS2, but I've had that specific game for GameCube. Uh,
GameCube. Yep, I remember that.
there and then yeah, so that was that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I've dabbled in. Like, I know I told you guys about, you know, Tiny Kin. There's this game called Blood Waves that I'm playing. It's complete trash. It comes out September 21st. I'm sorry. Like, this game is trash. That's all I got to say about that. I played
Did you did you pick up Last of Us at all?
nope. I
No. Okay.
I am very proud of myself for not, because I said, hey, I'm gonna be smart with my money. I'm not buying anything just because, you know what I mean? If this was like 3 years ago, I would have done it. And not asked a simple question. Here's the thing: when Last of Us Part 1 comes out, on when it gets a price cut to its respectful $50, I'll do it. Or if it comes to PC and I can get it cheaper, and whichever comes first, it gets a decent price cut, or it comes to PC, that's when I'll get it. I'm looking forward to
Honestly,
playing it. I don't have an issue with playing the game again. I like the
it
game.
that game is worth it. It should have launched at 50, to be honest. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe Sony put them up to marking it up to full price, but that yeah,
I mean,
it's
hey,
$50 game. Honestly, I would say like a $39.99 if you ask me. But
39.90. Yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
mean, yeah. So it's like, and then this, and that's no like slight, you know, against it. I want to play the game, but I'm not going to let my want. I will deny the flesh, right? I'm not going to let my want
you know,
made me allow me to make a stupid decision like that. You know what I mean? So, um, so yeah, I'm willing. I can wait. I'm not, like I said, I just beat both the games back to back in what, 2020 was it? That summer where I did the challenge of The Last of Us, and then a month later the part 2
that's
came out.
right.
So I was
Yep,
like,
that's right.
I'm not like I'm like too far removed. This game was like two. This was like the last major game I played before the next gen consoles came out.
Yeah,
Like,
that's right.
Mason, turn that down, please. And then I've been playing. I decided that I'm not buying Madden, so that's just gonna be. I decided that this year is gonna be a skip. I'm horrible at this year's game, except on PlayStation. I have a winning record. I played Grid Legends. I played that.
Great,
Up
great.
in,
Okay.
good racing game. I ain't gonna lie, it's a good. I enjoyed the game. Had to drop it, and the thing is, I'm literally like 60% through the campaign, but I'm at a hard stop because, and I think I talked about this last week. I'm at a mission where I have to freaking was it drift, and I can't
I
drift.
hate. Yeah,
It's just
I
something
feel
I
you.
can't do. I can drift in the middle of a race and to get extra points, but I can't do a complete mission or scenario where it's just exclusively drifting. And I was like, well,
Right.
if I can't skip this mission, I can't beat the game because I can't drift. Yeah, I'm not. It's
I
not
feel
something I'm willing to learn to do either.
and that's one of the reasons why I dropped some racing games too,
Yeah,
because I think
I dropped like 3 Need for Speed games for that bullshit.
I remember Dirt 5
Yeah,
like had you do like a drift.
yeah,
It was like a festival type
yes,
thing, and it made you like you had to rank up points and whatnot.
yeah,
And then one of the things like you had to drift like in a circle
yep.
and do it. I couldn't do it,
Yep.
so I
If you
dropped
you
it.
know how, because in Dirt 5, you know how the campaign has like, I don't know what, like 50. I forgot how many freaking races you got, but you could tell which ones had anything to do with drift because those are the ones that were just left
Yep.
undone because they let you to keep going and whatnot. But I ran out of ones that I can just skip before I can get to the next phase. So I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm done with this game.
Right.
Like, so
I could not do it. I was like, So yeah.
um, and I wanted to get back into it's the Outriders expansion, but I don't have nobody to play with. I thought there would be
Yeah.
people doing the expansion, the Winter Slayer expansion.
Mhm.
Haven't done it. I want to, but I got nobody to really to play with. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I had bought Outriders again, thinking I was going to like get back into a heavy. I mean, I completed it, but I wasn't like heavy like I was when it
yeah,
was on game when I played it on Game Pass.
yeah,
So it was. eh.
yeah. But other than that, man, I haven't really, like I said, been playing much. I mean, there's a lot of things going on with video games. I know
Mhm.
there was like they kicked it off with the the Disney show and the Ubisoft show,
Oh my
man.
gosh!
Man.
Listen, man, that oh, that Disney show was hot garbage.
Bro, like
Oh,
I was utterly surprised. And the thing is,
seriously.
I was because I felt bad because I
So you're just
missed
gonna
it.
skip me, huh? Fuck it.
Oh, Chris, I called you
Oh shit,
first.
we.
Yeah, and you, I was like, oh damn, he's muted. I just figured you talk your way in or let me know or flag that you're here. But Chris, yeah, what you've been playing? Thank you for showing up, by the way.
Yeah, man, I've been playing a lot of Splatoon 3
You
since it
fucking with
came
it?
out.
Of course
Yeah,
he
man, it's
is.
really it's actually pretty good. I was playing with BG just like an hour ago. I was playing with BG. And I've been playing with a couple people in the community. It's really dope, bro. It's I slept on it. You know, when I first saw it, I was like, yo, this shit look like trash, kitty garbage, just spraying around this ink all over the goddamn place and squid faces and shit like that. Like, what the hell is it? Dog shit. But then when I got it in a bundle when I got my Switch in 2017, so I was like, let me try it. And it's really, really, really fun. Like it's really what surprised me was how mechanically deep it is and skillful it is. So it's like it's not a
Mhm.
casual game at all. Like it's really not a casual. It's highly competitive and requires a lot of skill and teamwork and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It does feels like all the new things that they added does feel like a step up from Splatoon 2. It's still Splatoon, right? It's not drastically overhauled or changed or anything like that, but they did it with the movement is definitely more increased. They added new mechanics like the squid rows and the squid surges and stuff like that. That like adds more tech to the game. New weapons, a bunch of new weapons, maps, full campaign mode and stuff like that. That introduces like new unique puzzles and stuff like that. So yeah, overall it's dope, and it's selling like crazy. It sold 3.5 million in Japan alone
Yeah, I
in
did
three
see that.
days.
That's
That's
crazy.
just and that's just Japan alone. That's not the
Yeah,
worldwide numbers. I'm guessing it's hitting 8 million, 7 to 8 million by the end of the week,
yeah,
which is ridiculous. You know
that's
what I mean?
crazy.
Which is so it's kind of crazy how this game just came out of nowhere and now is and it broke all of the Switch's records in Japan, like all the Switch games. The previous record was Animal Crossing. It was like I think it was like almost 3 million in 3 days, but this one surpassed that. So yeah, that one's really good. And then I've been playing Astral Chain as well too from Platinum Games on the Switch, and that game is really really fun. I'm actually surprised at how good it actually is and how good it looks. And I'm not talking about just for a Switch game. I'm actually shocked. I'm like, yo, how the fuck they make this game look good on the Switch? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's not one of those things where it's like I'm squinting my eyes because the resolution is so low. I mean, it's still low resolution and stuff like that. But yeah, then I'm just waiting for Valkyrie Elysium. The demo comes out tomorrow. I know there's a beta first for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 this weekend for PlayStation. I'm not gonna buy Call of Duty. I don't buy them, but I will check out the beta um
Does you have to
and
pre-order it for it,
whatnot.
or is there a free beta?
Nope,
I'm
pre-order.
not.
Well, yeah, you
Is it a
got to
pre-order one?
pre-order. Yeah, you got to pre-order for the beta, which starts Friday, and then I think it's like I
No
think
open. Oh,
after
okay.
yeah, like after 3 days or 4 days or something like that, then it comes open to the public. But I think that's only for PlayStation though. I don't know about Xbox.
Right. So yeah, then I probably won't play that this weekend because I'm not gonna pre-order it
All you
and
gotta do
yeah,
is
man.
all you gotta do is put the $5 down like a GameStop or something. You know what I
I'm
mean?
not even gonna do that shit. If it's gonna
Oh,
be open for 3 or 4 days
yeah,
later,
I'm true that. True.
yeah, this is like it's not worth it to me. to go through the hassle, pre-order and cancel or anything like that. I just wait the couple of days, but yeah, but I mean that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it. And Nintendo, they had the direct, which was really good. It has Game of the Year 2023 was shown, baby. That Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, phenomenal,
They,
looks fire.
they ain't
We are,
show nothing.
listen, they showed enough for me. I'm gonna do the same thing I did the first game, where I didn't look at any footage at all in the first game, and I just went in there blind. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, it's coming out May 12th, 10 days before my birthday. So they still got plenty of time to show more of it, but
This
we
is
in
a
the skies.
this is a sequel to Breath of the Wild, right?
Yes, it's a true
Okay.
sequel to
I
Breath
just
of the
it
Wild.
was just kind of weird that they gave it its own standalone
Yeah, what
title
is it called?
It's called Tears of the Kingdom, but they never, none of their Zelda sequels have ever gotten a part two. Like Majora's Mask was a direct sequel to Ocarina's Time. And it's called Majora's Mask.
Gotcha.
I think Spirit Tracks was the direct sequel to Wind Waker. You know what I mean? So they never there's never like a two in their sequel. So
Gotcha.
yeah. And Tokyo Game Show this week, and
Yep.
PlayStation had their Japanese state of play and stuff like that. So Japan is carrying the industry. We getting a lot of Japanese games on PlayStation and on Switch.
I ain't
And it's
gonna
looking
hold
good.
you, man.
It's looking good, right, Smooth?
You said what?
I said we getting a lot of Japanese games on PlayStation and Switch, and they're all looking good, right?
Yeah. Some of those things I saw looked like they were coming to Xbox. I mean, I don't, but yeah, I mean, a lot. The Nintendo show and PlayStation show did reveal some games for Xbox. So shout out to them though. Before we get to those shows, I do want to get y'all thoughts on the Disney and Ubisoft show. Now Disney. Now the thing is, I felt bad, right, for Disney because I missed it, right? Because I was like, damn, I ain't get to, I want to see what they're gonna think. I'm thinking about all possibilities, right? We're gonna see Spider-Man 2, gonna see this, gonna see that, like, because it's just like, all right, why they having a showcase? They never had a showcase for games before. It's like, this is gonna be big. And then after the day goes on, I get home and I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, I was like, what's in Disney showcase? Say what? Like, 'cause I ain't hear nobody talking about it, right? No, nothing. Usually after a showcase, people, do what they do. They post on Twitter, oh, my mind blown. Oh my God. You know what I mean? Nothing. I was like, what the heck's going on? So then I watched a few reactions. I'm like, and then I found the link itself to the show. I'm like, oh, these dudes really gave us like a mobile showcase.
Yeah.
I don't know what good came from the show.
Nothing.
Not me neither, because I didn't watch either show, and from seeing people's reactions, it looks like I don't have to waste my time and watch them at all.
Yeah.
So
no, you're correct.
Yeah, that Disney show was hot garbage. I don't like, it was so bad. I honestly don't remember what they showed besides. Nope, that was at the Ubisoft. Yeah, I don't even remember what they showed. Honestly, it was that bad.
Damn.
But the Ubisoft showcase.
Yeah.
Now the Ubisoft showcase was bad too.
Mm-hmm.
But the Assassin's Creed showcase I thought was really good, and I'm excited for a lot of what Assassin's Creed is bringing in the future. Like I think if you're an Assassin's Creed fan, I think you're happy with what they, not necessarily, I mean, they didn't show any gameplay, but just knowing what's coming in the pipeline in the future. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for Assassin's Creed, dog. I'm really excited.
Yeah, same here. I was, at first like hearing that they were going to go back to the classics with the Mirage.
Mm-hmm.
That got me excited.
I was a little bit bummed out about that, but then they made up for it, because the thing I like that they're doing is that they're supporting both fans. So with Mirage, you get the classic fans, and with what's the
Assassin's Creed, a code name Red.
That's gonna be
that's gonna be fire.
So that's the one. Obviously, I'm looking forward to that, because that's gonna be like the RPG one, but obviously in feudal Japan.
and it still ain't gonna touch Ghost of Tsushima.
Hey, I'm not gonna. I got nothing to say about that.
Nah, that you know that the other one excited me a little bit. I know some people are bummed out because it's like, oh, it's gonna be a smaller game because it's $50. It's
yeah,
I know well, the only thing that bums me out is it's still cross gen, right? That's
Yeah.
that's like the only thing that bums me out is still cross gen. But I like that they're finally going back to the original formula, and you know, and we'll see how it is. And they're going back to the Middle East because the first game started in the Middle East as well too. With
Baghdad, yeah.
yeah, so we'll see it. And the other one, I mean, to me, it's like people been asking for it, and then now we're just getting, you know, and I think at this point it's like I don't know. I don't want to say it's too little, too late, but I'm just saying it's like we're getting a bunch of like Assassin's Creed style type of games in Japan right now. Like we had it with Ghost of Tsushima, and then PlayStation announced, you know, like Team Ninja is a new game that kind of looks like Assassin's Creed. It's called Rise of the Ronin. You know, which is in Japan as well too. So yeah, it seems like we're getting a bunch of those games. So we'll see what Ubisoft take would be on the feudal Japan. You know, I just hope that, you know, they have way better combat next time around.
And you know what too? That they had another code name game called Jade. It's the mobile game. It's the mobile game set in China. And I'm actually intrigued in that one too. Like I'm not even gonna hold you on that. Like I'm kind of, you know, wanting to see more of that one. I'm not a mobile player. Like I'm not a console experience mobile player. I'll play them one tap games or whatnot. But I don't know, man. If it's looking good, I might cop that one too.
Fuck mobile.
I'm not a fan of the whole mobile shit. And Ubisoft was mobile heavy at their show as well. The Assassin's Creed thing was done. The only thing about the Assassin's Creed, I mean, I wasn't a fan of, but they do this every time they reveal Assassin's Creed. They never show gameplay. So none of them, it was just like the last one was just a concept, and then even the Mirage one was just like, you know, the game's not gonna look like that, right? It's like at this point, if it's still crossing, you have a playable version somewhere, dude. Yeah. Like so it's probably running on like the engine that Valhalla is on, right? So
so I do believe the code name Red, I think I saw that was next gen only or current gen only.
That makes sense if it is. Because they're
I hope so.
Because isn't Ubisoft about to start charging 70 beans?
Yep, 70 beans.
Yes, sir. Yep, they said it. Our next gen games are now gonna start being $70. I mean, that's how it's gonna be.
That's the way the industry is going. Yep.
Well, my thing is, they're gonna have every publisher is gonna have to charge $70 for their games for me to feel like it's a necessity. So now when we
well, that's coming. But
it didn't happen right away. Like for example, when we went from like the PS2 to the 360, right? It was
only getting cross-gen games mostly in last gen.
Yeah, and that's where it bothers me. It's right because we getting cross-gen games, right? Now some like Activision's being bold and charging that 70 price for the last gen version as well. But the thing is like there's nothing offered in that $70 version that suggests the price tag. It's like essentially it's the same game. If you think about it, it's the same game. So why is it if it's the same game? Just going to look and run better on the hardware that I already bought because it's supposed to do that. Like, what is the it's like so ass backwards. It's like, so you telling me for the last 2 years, games like, for example, Hogwarts Legacy, right? It's $60 if you want the Xbox One version, $70 if you want the series version. Why? They're the same game. Unless you're telling me 2 different games in that package, like, why is there a price difference? Like, for example,
I'm saying no to $70 game.
In 2005, right, when Call of Duty 2, there was 2 Call of Duty games that came out. One, which was for the last gen, Call of Duty 2, the big red one, and Call of Duty 2, which was for 360 and 360 and PC. Those are 2 different Call of Duties at 2 different prices that had 2 different content. Like I still had to play the big red one to see what that game was about. right? So it was like that's actually proper. That's a proper like, okay, this is a different game. It's for a new platform, but it's actually a different game, right?
Mhm.
So whereas all these games, I hate looking at the store and seeing two versions of each game. They're the same game, but I gotta get charged a tax because I decided to buy new hardware
Right.
to play that
Yep, that's
game. It's criminal. That's
pretty
where
much
my
what.
beef comes in with that. You know what I mean? But if all games are gonna go to $70, then I mean it can happen. But yeah, I just all publishers gotta jump on. But right now, not everybody's sold on it. If you got all these other publishers holding back and still and charging regular price, you know what I mean? Sonic
Mhm.
Frontiers is $60.
That game should be $40,
I don't think
dog.
I don't think they can get away with a $70 Sonic game when
Yeah.
they've been mid for the most part. Hopefully, this is a good Sonic game, but
That game looks terrible. This Frontiers, that game looks awful.
You think?
Yes.
that
It
game
Y'all
is getting
see it?
destroyed
it's
by
gone
God
through
of War.
waves. It's gone
Y'all
through
s-
waves. It first looked fucking awful, and then like it was starting to look kind of good, and then it looked like bad again.
I've never been a fan of any of the 3D Sonic games, never. So,
I mean,
and this
fair
one
enough.
doesn't even look that much different from the rest of them.
Fair enough. Well, on that $70 shit. Oh, what's up, by the way?
What's
I
up,
just kind of
Wes?
jumped on. You know what would be my like a PC gamer's nightmare is imagine if like you had to pay $10 for whatever if your hardware is better. Like, oh, if you have like a GTX 760, the game is $60. But if you have
They
like a
charge
if you have a
$70
980,
PC games now.
no. But what I'm saying is like if what
Oh, like
happens
if you had to upgrade.
yeah, if it was like based upon because the reasoning, the quote unquote reasoning behind it's like, oh, it's next gen, better hardware equals pay more. So it's like, oh, if I have a 760, oh no, I just have to pay 60. But if I have a 980, 70. If I have a 1080,
Right, but what's
80.
usually the
And I was
upgrade
like,
is
oh, that would be
usually
fucking dope.
it's
Be a
usually the
nightmare.
same game with the same textures, but like you can obviously the resolution and the frame rates you can increase those, and it'll make the game look better. But then you have games like Horizon where it's like the textures in the water and the hair physics and all that, and it's completely different from the PS4 version. Is that what is going on PC where it's like if you run it on a 3050, but then you run it on a 3090, it's like the textures and the water and the hair physics are completely different? Or is
No,
it just like increased resolution with the same textures?
no, but if you play Cyberpunk at low versus on high or ultra, some games it's a completely different like visual experience. Like in terms of like particle effects, like
When you add ray tracing, that's
it'll
true because you can add ray tracing and that'll make a whole
not
difference, and they
even
don't charge.
I
Yeah.
mean not even just that. I mean like going from from low to medium on some games, it's a monumental difference. Some games like they'll turn off an entire effect on low. And on medium it'll actually show the effect and it will be like what the like on low like some games like oh they'll turn off screen space reflections or some shit like entirely or like they'll turn off like a main portion of like a graphical feature that is obvious on low and then you go on to medium it's like oh wow okay that's so much different just on medium not even higher ultra but yeah I mean it depends on the game though it depends.
Yeah.
And then they're usually like PC gimmicks. They usually don't last that long. Like
Hair works.
Hairworks, physics. You know what I mean?
Physics was cool. I know that.
SLI support, right, and shit like that. Like them shits, like they'll come out with them shits, but then they never get supported long. Ray tracing is like one of the only ones I could see be supported for much longer than those. That's because they're also available on the consoles.
Yeah, the biggest problem with those other things is like they're supported for their specific brand. Like, oh, physics was mainly an Nvidia thing, or Hairworks was made by only Nvidia. So like having those actually carry on is really fucking hard. Ray tracing is an open standard. And the thing is like it's not just like an open standard, it's the future. Like there was a time where baked lighting didn't exist. There was no such thing as baked lighting. So it's like, oh, when that originally came out, oh, was that a gimmick? Oh, these like it was like incredibly hard to run it on graphics cards and shit because it's incredibly new. It's incredibly demanding. People were saying the same shit, like, oh, is this gonna be the future or is this a gimmick? No, baked lighting is in every fucking game nowadays. It's in everything. That's what ray tracing is. It is the next, it is the future. It is still new, it's still in the teething phase. Graphics cards are still struggling to run it, but it literally is the future. So ray tracing is not going anywhere.
It's the future for
I promise
visuals.
you.
Yeah.
I promise you. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. It's the
But I wanna
future. It's
see
the
what that-
future of lighting.
I want to see what the future for gameplay mechanics. I still haven't seen the future for gameplay mechanics and systems or anything like that.
I mean, I would say Shadow of Mordor, but they fucking copyrighted it, so fuck them for that, honestly.
Yeah, but
That-
I don't see how another dev can like make a obviously not exactly the same, so they don't get fucking sued or anything like that. But they could probably come out with their own system, their own version, that where they can't get sued or copyrighted for. Maybe it's really hard to pull off.
They can try, but I hope they don't copyright their version too, because and just everyone copyrights their own version until like there's like no other way of doing it innovatively again. That shit sucks. That'd be happening, but yeah.
But you've been playing Blessed?
Oh yeah, actually, I booted up Judgment on PC. You love to see it. Fuck that acting studio. They can suck a dick. Sega were like, I don't know what the fuck happened, but I guess they made a deal or they just said, fuck you, acting studio. We don't care about sequels. And they just put Judgment and Lost Judgment on PC. But yeah, I was playing Judgment earlier today. It runs well.
Great game.
That dragon engine is definitely fucking demanding, man. I love it. But yeah. That's a demanding engine. Even on like I was playing it maxed out with no like upscaling, like no FSR or anything. And I saw like it was like
no, go ahead, sorry.
At worst I saw like 70 FPS. I was like, wow. But
like,
it was like 90 or something.
The Like a Dragon Ishin is getting a complete remake. That never left Japan.
Yeah, I was confused as to what the fuck that was.
It's a spin-off. It's a Yakuza spin-off game. So it doesn't really follow the main. It has some of the main characters, but it doesn't really follow it. But it's set more on like the 1800s, and there's like samurai, but you also have guns as well too. So
okay.
Yeah, I think it's coming. Yeah, it's coming to all platforms.
Yeah,
from the PlayStation, Xbox. Yeah,
that shit was confusing as hell because it's like they announced 3 Like a Dragon games. I'm like, wait, what? But yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, Like a Dragon. There's the other Like a Dragon. That's Like a Dragon 8, which is the sequel to the Like a Dragon or Yakuza 7.
Yakuza 7, like a Dragon.
Yeah, and then there's the other one that's I don't know what the third one is.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why they call it 3 games Like a Dragon. Like, come on.
That's kind of confusing.
Oh, so that
one should have been
Like a Dragon. It's not the sequel to the last game that came out.
No, there is one of them is a sequel.
It's
one of them is a sequel. It's Like a Dragon 8.
One is Like a Dragon 8. I'm guessing they're probably changing. You know what it is? They're probably changing the Yakuza name to just Like a Dragon now.
Yeah, they might.
They're probably getting rid of the Yakuza name and just calling the series Like a Dragon. I think that's what it might be.
I heard that. I mean, this is just people saying shit on Twitter. But what I heard on Twitter, on the Twitters, is that, that they're doing that because like the Yakuza, it's not focusing on the Yakuza anymore, not really, and like, in terms of in terms of Japan, like Yakuza is not, they're not very popular or really
popular and stuff like that. Yeah, so
they're not really popular anymore.
The name convention of it, and they're probably calling the series Like a Dragon going forward.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, but yeah, I was playing that. Judgment is cool. Judgment cool. I'm definitely gonna beat that, and I'm gonna buy Lost the Judgment after, and see if I can get that for a discount. But I also was playing some Dying Light 2 back. I actually I dropped that game because I was gonna do a co-op and then like just never got through with it. But I'm actually gonna pick it back up and try to go through it and see if I can. I have a co-op partner or partners, so we'll see if we can actually get through that shit. That game is so fucking like that game is such a great showcase of ray tracing. That game looks fucking
What game?
crazy with ray tracing. Dying Light 2.
Oh, yeah, I dropped it.
Yeah, but yeah. Other than that, been playing COD. I've really been playing much of anything, and
What
I guess
COD are you
Alive. I have Cold War and I have Modern Warfare downloaded, so I've been playing those. And also, oh yeah, I tried out 2042 again. Wait, did I say it last week?
I think
don't
you said
remember.
that last week.
Yeah, 2042 is decent now. So, but yeah, that's
Oh yeah.
basically it.
This is why I deem them best friend. Like real quick, guys. But this is a side note. But my wife, she started working at a new job or whatever. She got promoted. She's a manager and stuff like that, right? So
Nice.
she was like, well, I need a laptop. I need a and I was saying, well, we can get one at a pawn shop or we can go to Walmart, get like a little $200 laptop or whatever. But her mom, who now works from home, just got a whole new computer setup from work. But she was renting a laptop. Like when you go to like Rent a Center and like you can rent like out like laptops and TVs to own.
Mhm.
You make like
Right.
weekly
Yeah.
payments for like $30 or some shit like
Yeah.
that, right?
You end up overpaying, but yeah.
Yeah, you end up overpaying in the long run.
Yeah.
But so she was like, oh, I want to get the laptop like my mom, whatever, right? So my mom said, I'll let you have the laptop if you start taking over the payments. And I think it was only like maybe like 5 payments, 6 payments left, right? So she ends up taking it. She brings it home and then she's showing me. She's like, yeah, this is a $2,000 laptop that my mom had and stuff like that. And I was like, really? And I look at it, I was like, is that a gaming laptop? And she's like, yeah. So I'm like, oh, let me see this shit, right? So the first thing I did is DX Diag, right?
Yeah, to see what's in it.
To see what's in it. And it's a fucking 3060 laptop. I was like, holy shit. I was like, let's fucking go. Like, I'm back on PC. So I downloaded Steam. I accessed my account and everything like that. We PC gaming again, boys. We PC gaming again. I have all my Steam library and everything.
Yes,
I was like, damn, we just got a 3060 laptop for pretty much like, by the time we finished paying it, we paid like $600 or $700. You know what I mean? So, and it just fell on our laps. Like I was like, fuck yeah. Like, I mean, she's mainly going to use it for work, but I'm definitely going to, now like these JRPGs that skip PlayStation
Say
and
a
some
work
shit like
laptop.
that.
Who needs a 3060 in a work laptop?
Right. That's what I was telling her before, because I was like, yo,
depends on the work. Depends on the workload. But yeah.
Nah, that was his little story that literally just happened like 2 days ago, and I was like, out of nowhere, we now have a 3060 gaming laptop, just out of nowhere. So
yes, sir.
I just thought that was pretty cool.
Congrats. I mean, yeah. Shit. What?
Yeah, for a
thinking,
laptop,
like what kind of?
Is really good. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like what kind of like what JRPGs would you want to play on that? I'm trying to think.
There's a couple of Legend of Hero games that are still not on PlayStation. It would have been Persona 4, but now Persona 4 is coming to PlayStation as well too. The other indie games.
I heard the Trails of Cold Steel is a good series.
I have Trails of Cold Steel. I'm talking about the Trails of Cold Steel is already available on PlayStation. I beat the first one. Still gotta play the second one. But there's other ones that are not on PlayStation yet.
Yeah, those would be cool. All right, man. I mean, that's what's up for sure. Just get a fucking random gaming laptop like that.
Yeah, and it's a new up to date like 3060. So that's like really on the higher end of laptops. So
yeah, we see you gaming. I gotta add you.
Yeah, you got add me. Yeah, I looked at my Steam account. I was like, damn, I had this game. I didn't know I had Arma. I had all the Batman games on it. Metro. I was like, damn, I haven't logged on to Steam in a very long time. I'm surprised they kept my account.
Oh, you should definitely, if you care, those Batman games will run well on that shit. That'd be a fun experience.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure I can run pretty much almost every AAA game at like 1080p, 60 and shit. You know.
Yeah. Good shit.
But my bad. Go ahead, Smooth.
No, you good. I was just trying to help my son in his basketball game getting smoked. But yeah, no. So, okay, so finally, some of the things that people have been asking for, has happened. Now I haven't had really much to say about it because I don't know how I feel about it. But Bonnie Ross,
Yeah, Xbox got some games.
no, Bonnie
you're talking
Ross
about
has
Bonnie. Okay.
stepped down from 343. She, I guess, according to her message, was planning to do so after the winter update, but due to a medical emergency in the family, she's leaving immediately and being replaced by, I forget who. And the person also that is head of the that led the development of Slipspace Engine also left. Now, the complaints about 343 and Halo and how the rollout has been, the support and everything, people have been calling for a shakeup, a change, and a lot of people have been calling for Bonnie Ross to be like to leave because she, you know, she's been behind Halo since 343 inception, and she I mean, I guess she hasn't done the best of jobs, but she's now gone. And so maybe this is the turnaround 343 and Halo Infinite need, and we'll see what's gonna happen.
Who's in charge now, though?
I don't know who the person is now. But they announced the the new leads and whatnot. They seem to be
hopefully
they're gamers though. Like basically, like the person that took charge was responsible for fixing Master Chief Collection. I just didn't know them, who they were personally. They're not like a really a figurehead, but I'm pretty sure they're big in their community. But
was that Bonnie Ross lady? Was she not? Did she not play games, or she just worked for a video game?
The only thing every time I got the only thing I got out of Bonnie Ross is that she was just like, I hate to make this, like she was like
she's a liberal.
Terrible decision maker.
Yeah, like a token person, a long-time employee of Microsoft, right? If you're a long-time employee, then they just put you in, like, for example, like Shannon Loftus, right? So Shannon Loftus they had moved her from her position. I don't think she did an incredible job. I forgot what she was doing before, but they put her on the Age of Empires team. Now, I don't play Age of Empires, so I don't know how good of a job or bad of a job she's doing, but she's pretty much got that, right? So Shannon Loftus is there. She's been a long time Microsoft, a long time Xbox. She's working with the Age of Empire team. Like she's not a developer. I don't know what her key thing is, but she was what Bonnie Ross was to 343.
Gotcha.
So she got to that point via fucking attrition. That's it.
Yeah.
She got to that bitch from attrition. I've been here long enough. Give me my lead role.
Yeah. So I don't know, but like I said, I try not to no, I don't like to call for anybody's job or whatnot, but obviously they needed to change, and and like I said, generally like Microsoft, like she doesn't have to leave Microsoft, right? Pretty sure they'll find her another place to go within the company, like you know what I mean, and like you know what I mean. So they put her at the
let me ask you, Smooth. Do you think they needed a change? Because I thought that you liked. Well, I thought that you liked 343 Halos. And,
I like 343. Yes, I do like 343 Halos. I liked Halo 4. I loved Halo 5, and I'm enjoying Halo Infinite as a video game. But based off the thing is that my frustrations with them and Halo Infinite, it's not because I don't think there's anything wrong as a core game of Halo Infinite. Like there's nothing really stopping me from playing it. But the thing is, I'm not the average customer. I'm not a season pass gamer onto any multiplayer game. Like I don't play seasons. I don't work within the season pass. I just play whatever I'm going to play, and that's it, right? So but the thing is though, because of they took this model, things that should be in a core game is being impacted by this stupid ass season pass model, like the co-op. You know, I want to play through Halo Infinite's co-op. Like I didn't mind. I was like, all right, at launch, it was like, all right, I'll do the campaign. But Halo Infinite was the first campaign I did solo, obviously because I had no choice. But it was the first Halo campaign I've ever done solo. And like, so you got that. And then you got Forge. Now, Forge, I'm not a Forge creator. I don't create maps or anything like that. I now rely on Forge because 343's inability to ship maps.
Yeah.
So now I was like, all right, well, Forge needs to be there so the community can build maps. And so that's where it became, and so that's at that point now when I play Halo, it's like I'll play. I literally could play like 2 games a day, but the issue is I don't stay on too long because I know all the maps. I'm kind of like sick of it, right? So that's where it's like, as far as the core gameplay, I do think Halo 343, Halo under 343 has had better looking Halos, better performing Halos. I don't mind. I don't have anything wrong. There's nothing about Bungie's game. The thing I like about Bungie, right, is that their productivity. Like that they had productivity. They pushed out. They managed to get a decent amount of games out, and they came full fledged. None of them were broken, right? But for the sake of Halo Infinite, yeah, they needed a change, and they needed a team that can produce. These niggas delayed a roadmap. Then they delayed
crazy.
seasons. You have you can't how you gonna decide you're gonna be a live service game and can't even commit to seasons. Like, bro,
like everyone else keep in mind, everyone else isn't dealing with COVID, but they're not, everyone else is not delaying seasons.
Yeah, well,
how long we going? No, we got to
2
stop
years,
using
bro.
COVID, dog. We got to stop using COVID.
No, it's not. I'm saying it's for them. It's absolutely not an excuse because there's everyone else. There's multiple other studios that are dealing with this. Yet,
Right.
That's absolutely not an excuse. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, hopefully, whoever's in charge there can shake things up and whip 343 back in shape.
So Smooth, what do you want to come from this now? Like now they got new leadership. Like what are you hoping comes from the new management?
Content.
Like content they promised, or content, or like new content,
content, more like content they promised, new content. The thing is, at this rate, I don't think one of the things I thought was a given for Halo was that we were going to get a campaign expansion. But at the rate that they're moving, by the time they're ready to do a Halo campaign expansion, they're going to be ready to make a new Halo. So
yeah.
They need to get in there, start managing, get the team in shape, and start. And they need to get to where they're pumping out content in a timely fashion, not 6 months long, barely season and delaying seasons and stuff like that. It's like, nah, they need to get in there and
as far as
start crunching. That's probably one of the issues. They don't crunch.
Hey,
right, Smooth?
Ain't nothing wrong with overtime. Well, unless they're not getting paid time and a half, but
yeah, right.
Yeah.
But did the I was going to ask you, Smooth, did the story did it indicate there was did it indicate that there could be an story expansion?
Yeah.
Or okay, all right. I haven't played it, so I'm not.
Yeah, Halo was
cliffhanger. It's a cliffhanger.
So is it a cliffhanger into a sequel, or it could be a legit, expansion?
I mean,
like a story DLC.
Honestly, either or. Honestly, it kind of felt like it kind of
If they were treating this game to be a 10-year game, then you would assume it would just be an expansion, but a campaign expansion.
That shit ain't gonna be no 10-year game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's looking like it. How slow these seasons are, you know what I'm saying?
No, they'll probably have something new after that or whatever. It'll be like Destiny 1. Remember Destiny 1 is supposed to be a 10-year game? But then they came out with Destiny 2 4 years later, so.
Well, to be fair, I mean, Jay is not here to speak on that specifically, but I know that there was issues. They still wanted it to be 10 years.
Issue with Activision.
I think that was there were certain issues about
Activision says
because Destiny 2 wasn't supposed to exist. Destiny 2 wasn't supposed to exist like at all.
Yeah, no,
So
Destiny
there's
2 was
definitely
supposed to be
something
an
about that.
expansion of Destiny.
Yeah, because there was something fishy about that. I just forget specifically
Yeah,
what
but the thing
happened.
is, Bungie's business model didn't match Activision's business model. If they didn't understand that Activision pushes out Call of Duties every year and is able to sustain those business models, so they didn't see the idea that you're gonna release one game and expect to make money off that one game versus like relaunching the a game every 2 years, like you know what I mean.
Mhm.
So and that's
Oh, so was Destiny the first one supposed to go free to play at some point?
I would assume, but it was supposed to be
I mean,
the
That I
original
don't
if
know.
two-year
it was,
plan.
That I have no idea.
if Destiny 2 hadn't came out and it was still Destiny 1, it would have been free to play by now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right.
that's
like
because I was
2.
like,
Just like 2.
y'all, yeah, okay, because y'all saying that 2 wasn't supposed to happen. I'm like, hold up. Well,
No, yeah,
2 is
2 wasn't supposed to happen.
that's what I'm saying. Like 2 is free to play now. So like, if that wasn't supposed to happen, was Destiny supposed to become free to play at some point in
I'm
time?
pretty sure it would have became free to play at some point.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, probably to capitalize on the money.
Yeah,
Free-to-play
that's
games and
how I think all live services should be. It should be just one game, and then you just update it. When the time needs to. You know what I mean? Course content and all that stuff. So that's why I was asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. But so I don't know what's gonna happen. But the thing I didn't like about the reaction to the 343 is that all the people that said things, all this stuff about 343, all this stuff about Halo, when these changes started to happen, they started treating these updates and news as like bad news. And I'm like, what do you want? You know what I mean? Like people are like, oh my god, like you know what I mean? And just like I'm like, but if everything was still the same and we gotten like another delay or something like that, right? And but no movement, you would have been complaining about the people in charge. Now that the people in charge is being swapped out, you're complaining that people are being swapped out.
Yeah.
But what you was about to say, Bless?
No, yeah, what I was gonna say on that is that it's just on the Bonnie Ross thing. I am glad that she's gone. Honestly, like I feel bad for wherever if it really is like a family reason. I'm sorry for that, but I'm glad that she made her exit.
Well,
But in
she
terms
did say
of
that she did say that she was gonna leave winter, but because of the family thing, she's leaving earlier than expected. So she was gonna leave regardless.
Was she like okay? Was she the like decision maker at the?
Yeah, she was the head of the studio.
Yeah.
She was the head
Okay.
of the studio.
She was the reason why a lot of
the decisions were made.
Yeah, a lot of people put the blame on her for a lot of the a lot of the mismanagement that's been happening over at 343 for the past couple of years.
Gotcha, okay.
She's the reason that she took people off or people got taken off of desync, fixing desync.
Really? Oh man. But
I mean, she's the main head.
Yeah,
she's the decision maker.
That's true.
No desync fix for you.
Yo, you know who I know?
But
I haven't talked to him yet, but you know who I know who's happy about this? Jez grinds my gear.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm pretty sure he's stoked about it. He's always talking about Bonnie Ross. Goddamn Bonnie Ross.
Him, Jez, fucking slow mo. They've been preaching this for years. Honestly, high key. But yeah, honestly, it's definitely a good move.
Smooth was damage controller, but he came around last year with the whole Bonnie Ross thing.
I mean, I've never had anything really to say about Bonnie Ross. I wasn't the biggest fan of her, but like I said, I didn't. As far as 343, I don't think they're bad developers. I just feel like if you get 343 to make just a game that's not Halo, because the thing is, Halo, if you play Halo and it's not Halo, it's a really good game, right? But because it's Halo, it's
gameplay wise,
yeah, it's not living up to what it
yeah, no, they're not bad. They're just mismanaged.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. It's just like when you get a studio that's mismanaged, you get shit like this happen. So we'll see if the new management is better suited for the job and can get in there and crack down on what needs to be done.
Yo, but in terms of I'll say in terms of the lead on the fucking on the engine, I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like that's kind of cursed. Cause one of the biggest problems and challenges of Halo Infinite, like I always say, is the engine. And if the head person of the engine leaves, I don't know. Is this shit in free fall or
Nah.
is that a good thing?
What they can do
Is that a terrible thing?
Yo, I'll say this about that engine.
I
That
don't know.
space is no different than when the last game they made Halo on. There's no significant difference, dude.
But the significant difference is all the time and resources they use to try and create the engine. And
these
how
dudes moved a few
how
polygons around and called it slip space.
You stupid.
But
So they
Bro-
put a Bethesda. They're doing what
bro,
Bethesda doing with Starfield.
bro, they spent the reason Halo was having so many problems in terms of not the only reason, but a significant reason that it was having problems with its original development is because of the engine. They were trying to create an engine while also working on a game, and that's not. It's
Yeah.
hard. It's like the Lego game, that Lego game that was kept being delayed and shit. That just came out, and then they were like, they made one game with that engine, and then now they're like, no, we're switching to Unreal Engine 5 for our next game. Fuck this, because they were making an engine the entire time they were trying to make a game. And that's why the game kept getting delayed and shit.
Talking about Lego
Um,
Star Wars?
Yeah, that last Lego like Skywalker game,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they made that engine, and then they scrapped it. They scrapped it. They just said their next game is going to be with the Unreal Engine, even though it took them
That's-
years
wow.
to make
that's
that
crazy.
engine.
All that blood,
Yeah.
sweat, and
That's-
tears
yeah,
to make
that-
an engine, and then you like, all right, I can't use it. That's
Yeah,
And
they
it's-
were like, yeah, they literally were like, "Fuck this, bro. This is too much work."
But it's not a bad, like, this is the best looking Lego game,
No,
by
it's not
far.
a bad engine. It's the fact that it was turmoil to make.
Yeah, but my thing is, but the
Mm.
engine is done now. So so how long will it take to make the game on that same engine if they want to do
Unreal Engine is a lot easier to work with.
Yeah.
That's why. I mean, honestly, that's why a lot of people are switching. That's why a lot of devs are switching to it because it's a lot easier to work with.
Mhm.
Mm.
Shout to Biff Rinaldi. For $5, he said they said Bonnie is retiring. We'll see if she has a new job in 2 weeks.
Yeah, facts on
Oh,
some
man,
on
like,
some Reggie Fils-Aimé type shit.
No, no. They're referencing what's that dude that left the initiative? Then he went back to Insomniac. And was it Andrew?
Drew Murray?
was Drew.
Drew Murray.
Yeah, Drew Murray. 'Cause he
Yeah.
was like, because he said something. Not bad. I think people
He said
try
something
to
about his
put
brother.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't say that was the reason why he leaving. I think people inserted that was the reason why he was leaving. I remember people were saying like, oh, when he left, people were saying, oh, he left because his brother's sick and stuff like that. Because he kind of said that before he left, and then 2 weeks later he's in there smiling from ear to ear. Oh, I'm back home. I'm back at Insomniac.
We back,
Let's
baby.
go.
Yeah, corny ass, man. Like I don't know why I felt salty about that. I was like-
That shit was funny. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, so but yep, so he went to Insomniac, back to Insomniac. So
But I honestly, bro, I don't know about that. Like Bonnie Ross is obviously a definite dub. It's the fucking the engine lead that's fucking scary. Like is that a good thing or bad thing? Was he holding it back or what? Like I don't even know. But all I know is that engine is the reason why we can't get quicker updates. Like that shit is holding them the fuck back.
The engine, not only that, is also running
Right.
on a base Xbox One as
I
well
don't blame
too.
that.
So
I've seen incredible games released on the base Xbox.
no, I'm just
One.
saying it's like that. A lot of that stuff, adds on top of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the thing is, the fact that they can't enable ray tracing, they can't enable split screen, they can't
Ray tracing? That shit don't even exist. We haven't heard a word from that shit. Bro, that's not even. They got bigger They have bigger
they
problems
said,
to worry about. Holy.
the split screen co-op is because it's due to the fact that the base Xbox One has trouble running it. Right? It's like it can't
but the
maintain
people were just
consistent
playing
frame rates.
it on Xbox. Who like
The thing is, people. Yeah, exactly.
you're playing it on
The thing is,
the
people were playing it
2013
on.
Xbox One.
Yeah. People were playing it on an Xbox One. NX Gamer did a video where he showed there was a bug where you can play it on Xbox One. It was running relatively well compared to how it runs.
So what the hell is the issue?
I don't fucking know. Cause he was running it and it was at
They
30.
don't
It targets. It's supposed to target 30 FPS. It was
Yeah,
targeting
apparently
30
they don't know
FPS.
either.
So yeah, I don't know. It's
That's very.
I don't know.
incompetent,
343
man.
is just a fucking question mark, bro. That studio is just a fucking question mark. I don't know what to tell you.
I really just hope they can. I mean, I'm sure they're not going to, but I think they just need to be done with Halo and start fresh,
Yeah.
something new.
You know, like I said, I don't mind playing Halo. I just want them to, be able to produce and put out something else that
Yeah.
can just be a game, right? So
Honestly,
Yeah, I think
at
Halo.
this point, I think they're this incompetent. I don't see them being that good to
Well, no,
even
I
on
think
a new
Halo,
project.
I think Halo needs to take a rest for a while, have them do something new and start a new IP, start a new franchise, and then if they come back to it, do something like a big reboot. You know what I mean, and switch it up and change it up and keep it fresh or something like that. So, but I mean, we'll see what happens. Who knows? Maybe Halo Infinite can be turned around, but I may think it's probably a little too late, but we'll see. But you never know, right? Because Sea of Thieves turned it around.
yeah,
FF14 turned it around as well too, but we'll see what happens. And this is like way too much competition out there before. Halo was dominated when there wasn't that many competition back in the day, but
Yeah, they
you
were
got
first.
Apex Legends, you got all these other games, free to play games and stuff like that just capture more of the younger generation way more than Halo. The younger generation doesn't really resonate with Halo like that anymore. It's mainly the older generation.
Yep.
Mhm.
I don't. That's what people have been saying, like on Twitter all fucking time. Last week, they're like, "Oh, only fucking 30-year-olds give a fuck about Halo." That shit was funny. But I mean, I guess they're not completely wrong. They're pretty true, honestly.
yeah. But the games that these kids care about nowadays are all garbage.
Not to you.
Garbage.
I don't know. I
To you,
was watching
it is what it is.
Weapon Wheel game night on that Fortnite, and I haven't played Fortnite since it first launched. Like literally when
Oh yeah,
Like, I played it
Fortnite
for,
no
like-
build is fun. Yeah, it's
I
definitely.
played it for the first 3 months, and I was enjoying it before people started. And that was like when
Building.
people first started playing it, and nobody knew how to build shit back then. It was just like it
Yeah.
was almost like a no build mode. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I was watching Weapon Wheel, and I was like, "Damn, this shit looks crazy." Got motherfucking Moon Knight and fucking Goku running around doing Kamehamehas, and these motherfuckers just teleporting up in the sky and fucking jumping around. They're doing these like long jumps, moon jumps and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
going on?
I'll say for
This shit
sure.
is way-
I'll say for sure, fucking Fortnite is definitely like in terms of battle royales that take the most skill. I say that game takes the most skill. Like every other game is
I
like,
see it.
oh, you have guts skill,
Yeah.
oh, slight movement skill. Fortnite takes the most fucking skill, hands down. Building at that type of speed and knowing exactly where your opponent is at all times, knowing what to press and like how to edit the fucking your builds and like shooting point blank and
Yeah.
like perfect time. That takes so much fucking skill. No matter what you say, you cannot say that game does not take skill. That game takes an incredible amount of skill. And that's why like I don't know. That's why like you see people that are like more stuck in their ways, more like, are not used to that type of gameplay, just get shat on by like 12-year-olds because younger people, they're better at adapting and learning. So it's like it takes a lot longer for, a person who's older to actually like learn this shit. It's not just point and shoot.
Yeah, nah, it's all right. It's all right.
It's alright.
Yeah.
That's
Nah,
what you got from
I
that.
played it and anything like that, but but when I was watching the stream, because it was like the first time I haven't been keeping up with Fortnite. I know they do a lot of updates, but when I was watching it, it was like so many fucking crazy shit. Like everybody that like was that would he was moving around to spectate. It was like they all were doing like some crazy different shit. Like I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, the content
So-
that they have for that game too is incredible. So it's bar none the best content, like consistent content in a game.
Yeah,
So, like,
that
for
is-
an active game, it's the best.
That
Which
is how
just
you do like as much as I'm not into Fortnite or anything like that, but that is how you do a live service games in terms of consistent updates, significant updates at
Oh,
a
yeah,
rapid
absolutely.
and timely manner. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
That is the framework that a lot of these other live service free to play games, should take from.
When I
You
used to
know?
have that game downloaded on my PS4 when it was first came out around that time, it was literally getting updates like every 3 days. Literally every 3 days that game was being updated. They were on their shit and they are still on their shit. I'm sure that studio is fucking breathing like can't breathe.
Yeah, they crunching. They crunching.
But
crunching.
yes, they know how to do their damn thing. So there's that for sure.
Okay.
But yeah.
So what about all right? So today we had two. Was it today? The Nintendo.
It was yesterday.
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 Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. My days are like blended. So the Nintendo Direct and PlayStation
State of play.
State of Play.
State of Play.
State of Play.
Mm.
So does this
Yeah.
mean there's no like actual showcase? That was it?
I hope
I
not.
don't think
I
so.
hope not.
I don't think so, bro. I think
That would suck.
yeah,
that
I don't
was-
know. Yeah, that I don't know, man. I mean, they could still do it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know, but I don't see them doing the one this month for sure now since they did this. So yeah, but the state of play. I mean, you want to just go right into it,
Yeah, it's fine.
or the direct?
Either
Either
or,
one.
they
What
both
is-
kind of means the same to me.
Yeah, I know you're allergic to greatness, but
I didn't even watch the direct.
No, I don't watch Nintendo
Uh,
shit anymore. I don't care. I'm just gonna
all
pirate
right, well,
it
since
anyway.
y'all didn't watch that, I'll go ahead and just get that one out the way, right?
I just pirate all the content anyway.
Nintendo. Oh, that's why Blanchard is no longer here in the chat. Okay. But
Yeah, I don't care. Fuck that nigga.
but nah, Nintendo Direct. It was decent. It was solid for what it was. The only thing that I didn't like about it is and I'm not even exaggerating, bro. They had like 6 farming RPGs back to back to back to back.
What the
to
fuck?
back.
Jesus.
Like shit like Stardew Valley, Harvestella, like Rune Factory, those type of games that's like they're like the life sin like farming RPGs and shit like that, right? They had like 6 of them, bro. I'm not even exaggerating. I'm like, what the
God
fuck is
damn,
going
bro.
on? You know what I mean? I was
They
like,
be
I guess
farming out here.
no, I guess because of Animal Crossing, now you're getting all these type of games trying to capitalize on the Switch, right? It's like, these motherfuckers about Animal Crossing like crazy, but to me, that was that.
That's
They
funny.
announced a new Fire Emblem game, right? Which is a hardcore franchise, first party game by Nintendo. It's a hardcore strategy RPG game, tactics RPG game. That one they announced that is a brand new one coming out in January. In 3 houses. I still gotta play that, but everybody says it's amazing. I'm gonna play it in October. What else they had? They had yeah, I can't even remember. It was a good direct, but I can't remember shit, right? Nah, I mean they showed not Bayonetta 3 got a new trailer.
Mhm.
That's
Oh,
gonna
it
be a
did?
sleeper hit. That's gonna be a sleeper fucking hit. That's gonna be a sleeper hit.
It's gonna be a
2023.
sleeper.
Bayonetta 2 is one of the greatest action games of all time, bro. That Bayonetta 3, that shit's gonna be fire.
Yeah.
So they show a new trailer for that. Of course, the sequel to Breath of the Wild, now dubbed Tears of the Kingdom. They show a small little teaser trailer for that. Link skydiving, we up in the sky, we in Sky Kingdoms and shit like that. So, hey, listen, the King is back. Game of the Year 2023. None's gonna touch it because we in the skies, all right? We in the
That's some
stratosphere. You know what I mean? Not even a sunwing, Dre. Not even a sunwing can reach up there, all right, to where we at in the skies with the
That's
Tears of-
Nintendo fans
with
ain't
Tears
got
of-
nothing.
Breath of the
Nintendo
Wild
fans
got
ain't got
DLC,
nothing to worry
dog.
about, dog.
Breath-
They ain't got nothing to worry about. The media is not about to let that game fail. They ain't got.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Here we go.
Nothing to
The
worry
media,
about.
the media bias, right? The media
They-
bias.
Absolutely
listen,
not.
They not about to listen.
I've debunked that so many times, but
Breath
anyways,
of the Wild got the DLC, dog. Let's go. The second
And that's-
DLC.
oh yeah, the DLC.
They say
right?
God of War is DLC. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Jeez.
Breath of the Wild actually looks like a leap graphically.
Does
it looks yeah, hell yeah. Look at the original game. Even Digital Foundry, the last time they were like they don't even believe that this footage is even running on the current Switch.
Oh yeah,
But
I
he
remember.
probably
I remember
always,
that. I
though,
remember that.
over bigging up the Switch and its capabilities.
We're big
bro.
enough. Nah,
I-
that shit. Nah, it
I
looks
think it's
way
because they're
better than, like,
targeting. I think because they're targeting a higher res or something. I forgot. I forgot what the
nah, it's
reasoning
because
was.
the Switch this year, the Switch started using. They got their FSR update where they can use FSR, right? But it's only 1.0.
Oh yeah. Oh
so
yeah. That's what it
it's
was.
not.
Okay.
It's not the 1.0 is really not that good, but it's been helping them out. Like look at Splatoon
It's
3.
decent for yeah.
Splatoon 3 is at 1080p 60, lock 60. It doesn't even drop. You know what I mean? Xenoblade 3.
No, the
Nintendo-
split. I don't know. Splatoon. I saw that video. Like they were like saying like that. Yeah, FSR doesn't really help for that. They kind of were like questioning
Yeah, but
why
it's still
because it's not a
1080
replacement for
it's still 1080.
anti-aliasing because this shit doesn't have anti-aliasing.
Nah, but it looks clean. But I don't even see any like anti-alien things or anything like
So,
or
hold up.
Jaggies.
Or
anything
I
like
mean, you're not gonna see it. You're gonna see
So,
aliasing.
so Digital Foundry acting different because Nintendo finally got some 1080p games. Like, oh shit! Shit!
Dude.
That's not running on the Switch. It's 1080. Oh, okay. All right.
that. Yeah, nah, but yeah, nah, that shit looks fire, man. Overall, I thought the direct was pretty cool. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, the another one they announced Octopath Traveler 2. They announced Octopath Traveler 2.
Which I heard
Looks
was coming to
amazing.
PlayStation,
Man, nobody
Yes.
playing that bullshit.
Because
which is weird because PlayStation still doesn't have the first one.
the first one, yeah. Well, this one is coming to PlayStation now because Square Enix is publishing this one this time around.
What the fuck?
You know what I mean? The Nintendo was the one that published the first Octopath Traveler. It's developed by Square Enix Studio. It's still Square Enix game, but now since the game sold over 3 million copies, right? Between Switch and PC, you know what I mean?
It's on Xbox though too, ain't it?
Yeah,
it's on
but
Xbox, yeah.
it was on Game Pass, so you know it didn't sell on Xbox. That's why I said between Switch and PC.
Yeah, but
And it only has a 0.58% completion rate
Yeah.
on Xbox. A
Golly.
0.58
Oh my god.
completion rate.
The
So I
thing
can see
is-
why Square Enix is saying, "Listen, we gave it to you, motherfuckers, and you motherfuckers still didn't play this shit. So we ain't gonna
I
give you
think
this
that's
shit."
The
I think
thing
that's a
is-
horrible attitude to have from any publisher.
You-
They're not
That's
making
horrible.
money off of you guys. So what? How's that a bad attitude?
They made money off of Microsoft. They put it in Game Pass, so they got paid for
God.
that.
You
Less
know
That's
what's
the
than
year that Square Enix
1%.
put
If I was
about like
Square
7
Enix-
games in Game Pass that year.
You know what's crazy though? Like I don't, bro. People don't be playing that game. Like I don't hear no
The
one be
game is
talking about that game.
trash. It's vertical
Like no
trash.
one plays that game. Like all I hear
No
from
one
that
plays
game
that
is.
game, but it sold 3 million.
It sold
But
3
no.
million because it
I'm
was on
sorry.
the
Let
Switch.
me rephrase that. No one beats that fucking game because I know a bunch
I
of
beat
people
the
that
game.
bought it, but no one. I know like maybe 2 people that beat it because
I
I
beat
heard
the
that game
game.
is a grind. That game is a grind fest. All I hear was it's a grind fest
It
and
got
it's
too many
boring.
problems. It's turn based.
It graphically it looks good, but it's like it's a
Oh, hold on,
boring
who
game
is
with a
this?
bad story.
Like, yo,
I
are you
mean-
taking other people's experience without having your own? The game is actually pretty good. It's not a bad game at all. But anyway,
I didn't really have an interest in it, but I hear no
No,
one
that's fine.
actually
You
people
don't-
that
you
even
don't-
play people that even like JRPGs like don't even like be beating that shit. Like,
Nah,
I only know,
beat-
like, 2
beat
people
the
that
game.
beat it.
I beat the game. I beat the
Like,
game.
Yeah, you're one of them.
if
And I
Yeah,
know,
so
I think
it's not on-
Alex
it's
like
not on-
trudged through it. Like that's it.
well, Alex has weird taste sometimes. Sometimes it's just like
Eh,
weird,
and I know,
right? But
I know other people that like it and they or like JRPGs and they're like, no, this game is boring grind fest.
yeah, but
I don't know.
the sequel
just
looks way better, but the sequel's not on PlayStation. But the sequel has nothing to do with the first game. It's gonna be his own, so that's probably why they say fuck it. But if it did come to PlayStation, I would double dip, just to get the trophies for it. But I already have it on the Switch, so I don't give a fuck if it comes to PlayStation or not. But the sequel, I'm definitely gonna get it on PS5. You know, and the Atelier Ryza game looks really good as well too. Atelier
Fuck is
Ryza
going
3.
on?
But yeah, I mean that's pretty much. I can't remember that many things because most of that other shit was like farming simulators and and shit like that. But I thought it was a cool direct. I thought it was like a
Didn't they
7,
announce GoldenEye there?
7 out of 10. Oh yeah, they announced
GoldenEye
GoldenEye
with no
on
fucking multiplayer. What a fucking joke.
No, it has
the
multiplayer on
Switch.
the
No,
Switch.
online multiplayer is a joke.
For the Switch.
No, it
does.
has online multiplayer on the Switch.
Oh, but nothing else. That's a joke.
No, what are you talking about?
What? Yeah, I'm.
I think yeah,
No, they said no. They said
Xbox.
no online multiplayer for like
No
Xbox and
online
like
multiplayer for Xbox.
yeah.
It
So
has
no
online
on. That's what I was saying.
multiplayer
No
for
online
Switch,
multiplayer.
though. No,
Xbox
it
Yeah,
has
which
an
is
online
which is
multiplayer
an
for
L because
Switch.
the Switch's online is terrible. Motherfuckers on Wi-Fi and shit.
Nah, Splatoon 3 has been running great for me. But
Typically speaking, most of their games online is not a good experience multiplayer wise.
wait, why you keep saying there's no online when it has online? I don't understand why you keep saying
They
there's
were
no
saying
online
no
multiplayer.
online. They were saying no online for the fucking Xbox version.
Well, yeah, no, for the Xbox
Yeah, yeah.
version.
Yeah,
yeah,
which
but
is
we're
which is
talking
an
about-
L,
we're talking
and
about-
the
Mhm.
we were talking about the Switch version.
Yeah,
Blessed,
but
you're an L. You're a walking L. First of all, you're a walking L. You're
Okay,
a pirater. You're a pirater. We don't respect pirates.
fuck, nigga.
Come on, man.
Who
Stop
gives
it.
Fuck, nigga.
That's a W for Nintendo.
So who? How?
I've gotten over
Okay, sure.
the fact
Who
that
Yo, spend that $20, Big Chief. Oh shit.
I gotten over the fact that it's not a online multiplayer because I'm not gonna commit myself to play online multiplayer in 007. No, I will do family night with my son, my daughter, and my wife, and do the split screen, get that classic Nintendo
Right.
64 basement feel. But I would rather, over that Nintendo version, 4K resolution, Xbox achievements, and smoother frames. So Xbox got the better version of this
It's
game. I
probably
don't
gonna
care
be
what nobody
1080p
says.
60 on
Nah,
the
it's
Switch.
It look like-
this
it's
shit's
about to
gonna
look
be
like a
1080.
shiny
That
turd.
shit gonna what frame rate does 64 games run at? Because it's an emulated version. It's gonna run exactly
60 FPS.
60 FPS.
Yeah, 144p.
Yeah, it's gonna be 144p at 44 frames per second.
How is that?
But-
3 is 1080p 60 and it's more
this
demanding.
guy is a fucking tryhard.
That shit is about to look like nasty on that Xbox. Even that 4K shit looks.
No,
disgusting.
yeah, it's not gonna be. It's not a remaster. Just because just because you can get a high resolution does not mean it's a remaster or a remake. Cut the cap, smooth.
It's
Alright,
the same
cut the cap.
Nintendo 64 nastiness.
Personally,
that
I
we
rather
got.
would have preferred a remake. They should have just went with a remake, an actual remake of that game.
Yeah, I agree with that.
From the ground up, right?
All right, can we talk about the better conference?
Yeah, let's do that. I ain't gonna hold you.
Okay,
Well,
so
start us off.
State of Play.
Start us off, man.
State of play. You know, happened.
State of Play.
Mostly focus on Japanese and Eastern partnerships from PlayStation. So they started off with a very, very good looking in-game trailer of Tekken 8.
That
You
shit
know,
looks
Tekken
nice.
8. Yes,
Yeah.
It's
They
too
haven't
bad you're gonna
announced
duck the smoke
CGI
in
looking
Tekken.
crazy or in-game
I have the
in-game
platinum in
graphics.
Tekken 7, sir. All right.
But
shit.
do you want smoke?
Oh,
But do you want
Yes,
smoke?
I do want smoke. I'm a
Okay.
Steve Fox.
So don't duck
shit.
it. So don't duck it.
Nah, we got
You
it.
too, Dre.
We run it.
You too, Dre. Don't be like,
I don't play
I'm
fighting
just...
games. I don't
All
play
right,
fighting games.
all right. So you out the conversation. You out the
Yeah,
conversation already. It looked
Nah,
good though.
so hopefully it is
Graphically,
it is multi-plat, right? So hopefully it is cross-play.
Yes.
You know, I like the weather.
All fighting games need to be
effects.
crossplay.
Yeah, the weather effects, the little
Tired of this
destructibility in the environments and stuff like that. So that game looks really, really dope as well too. Then they went into the VR games, which I don't give a fuck about.
Hey,
Tekken 8's
I'm
next
definitely-
gen only, right?
Yep.
Yes. Oh yeah, it's
Only
gonna-
next
it's the
gen, which is
first-
great.
It's the first next gen fighter announced.
I like how they
So-
lied and said it was running on a PS5. Freaking
You don't
liars.
think so?
It wasn't running on.
You don't think that game was running on
That
PS5?
shit wasn't
In-game
Hold on,
running-
engine,
they-
engine is always.
No, they said
I
it was
don't know.
running on PS5.
I don't care what
where
they
you
say.
get-
They lying, bro. They're lying. Stop like.
It doesn't deter
Why
from the
did-
fact
why
that the game's gonna be heat.
No, they were going to be heat, but that was not. We weren't watching the game being played on a PlayStation 5. I hate when they do that. Stop saying that.
Why? Why you?
I love
wait,
you
wait,
being
wait, why you
semantical.
think so?
I know. I
Why
love how you being looking at semantics on this, but like when I would say like, oh, the Forza
yeah.
Motorsport 8 demo. Why are you talking about semantics? Whatever. Okay.
Why you? Hold on. Why you think that though?
Because
Why
the
you think
Forza
it
game
wasn't?
looked like it was actually running an actual game.
But if
Yeah,
I said, but I said,
this is a
but if
fighting
it's running
game,
actually on a
right?
PC and not an Xbox, you're like, oh well, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's, it is the same thing.
You'd
'Cause,
argue
yeah, my
semantics
point,
for
yeah,
it.
but bless my thing with you was, hey, stop with that machine. My thing with you is I was trying to tell you that Xbox, when they make games for Xbox and PC, there's pretty much parity. There's no leap over for PC to the Xbox version. There's no leap.
Okay.
So like,
so what are you trying to
when
say?
they-
though?
Yeah, okay.
I'm just saying,
exactly. Yeah, okay.
because PlayStation like to do this dog shit.
that's not
Where
true,
they show
but,
off a game and they want to say, make sure you have running on a PS5 on it, and they start showing this just crazy ass graphics, and it's like, bro, that's not even like gameplay. So why are you saying it's running on a PS5 when it's not even gameplay?
It was gameplay. They said
That was
it's
not-
gameplay from this. No, it says gameplay from the
Where's my
story
team?
mode, but obviously they cut it up in the trailer,
Oh, yeah, it was a
right, to make it
replay.
more cinematic. And
It was
yeah,
a
it was like
replay.
that's
Oh,
exactly what
man.
it was. But they said it's
Hmm.
running on the PS5. We've seen better looking games like Horizon Forbidden West, so I don't understand why that's a crazy.
Yeah, it's not so far fetched. Like,
It's not far fetched for a next
All right.
gen
All right,
fighting game that
All right.
doesn't require. It's not no.
it's
open
next gen
world
only.
game.
Like, come on.
Like, it's a next gen fighting game with an enclosed stage, pushing a lot of pixels. Like I don't understand like how you would think that's like it looks too good to be true to run on a PS5. No, that's whatever. But anyways, so moving on, they showed VR games. I don't give a fuck about them. Star Wars.
Oh no,
whatever.
they look good, man. Like
Yeah,
I'm definitely getting a PSVR 2. Mainly because like I played my son's he has an Oculus Quest and I played that Beat Saber game.
Yeah, that
Yo,
game's
man.
fire.
Yeah, I was hooked, so I'm definitely gonna get a PSVR 2. I know it's gonna be expensive.
so
though.
how many
I'm-
more PlayStation games how many third party games they announced that aren't coming to Xbox for no reason at this show?
Hold on. Let me get to the list.
Go
They
ahead.
announced. Oh, okay. So the two
Not
VR games,
coming.
obviously,
Oh, smooth.
obviously those aren't coming to the Xbox, right? Because they're VR. Xbox doesn't do VR. Then they showed off a complete remake of a Yakuza spin-off game called Like a Dragon Ishin, which came out in
Yes,
Japan
sir.
in 2014, but it was never released for the West. So they're
Looks
completely
decent.
remaking it for the ground up. Yeah, it looks cool because it has swords and guns and stuff like the samurai swords or whatever. Then they show Hogwarts Legacy. They showed an exclusive exclusive quest that the PlayStation version is going to get. It's called the Hogsmeade quest or whatever. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to Hogwarts Legacy. They show a driving game where it's like some dude is in the car, like in first person. It's called
It's like
Pacific Drive.
Pacific, yeah.
Pacific Drive. I didn't give a fuck about that game at
Me
all.
neither.
That and the two VR games were literally the only games that I didn't really care for at this state of play. Every game, I was pretty excited about. Then they announced the PlayStation Stars loyalty. Honestly, that could have been a fucking blog. I don't even know, but thank God it was short, right? She only was there for like 30 seconds, and they moved on. Then they showed a brand new IP from Bandai Namco. This one is a multi-platform, right? It's called Sin Duality, and it's the one with the girl in the mech suit.
I
Right?
did
It's
not
the
like
one
that. I wasn't feeling that one.
It looked
I'm a
kinda
sucker.
interesting. I don't know.
I'm a sucker for mech, so I'm definitely interested in it. So this is a game that, for me personally, I'm personally interested in it, and it look good. You know what I mean? So, it is a multi-platform, right? And then after that,
God.
they said that the next two exclusive games were PlayStation 5 console exclusive. So they finally showed off a new trailer for Project Eve, which is now renamed as Stellar Blade. And a lot of people
Wait, hold up, Chris. Hold up, Chris.
That
Because-
the
Hold on,
mask and titty physics.
Yes, we
Yes,
have
sir.
to give the developer
Yes.
credit. They got boob physics.
They're making
butt
women
Yes,
physics.
women
sir.
I cannot believe.
Oh
people
my
are going
God.
on about
Dead or
that.
alive
my
type
God.
shit. Let's go, baby.
They're
Jesus
making
Christ.
women again, and I know that sounds
Yes.
fucking crazy. It's misogynistic.
Yes,
beautiful.
sir.
Beautiful,
Oh,
beautiful.
We gonna
Yeah.
get canceled.
Yes, sir.
But
I hate the name though.
Man,
I
you
think-
can't just appreciate some good boob physics, man. Fuck you.
Yeah,
I'm sick
cool.
and tired
Like
playing
everyone's
Citizen
just
Action.
like,
I'm sick and
shit
tired
like
seeing
that,
video
but-
games with females looking like
With
frogs
stiff.
in there.
Right.
What the fuck
Yeah, right,
is that?
exactly.
This
Like
game
they
is
look like
fucking
Justin Bieber
stupid.
and all flat chest and yeah, all that shit. But Nah, it looks really good. It looks more polished and
Looks
more fluid than the
fire,
last
dog.
than the
Can't
last
wait.
one 2 years ago because they showed it 2 years ago at the PlayStation Showcase. So it's a really good trailer. Some people are upset about this because when they first, I knew about this game back in 2019, before a year before the PlayStation 5 Showcase, right? But when they originally announced this game, they announced that it was coming to the Xbox,
Yeah,
PC,
multi-platform. Yeah.
and PlayStation. But come to find out that they didn't have money or enough money to complete the game, so PlayStation came and stepped in
Wow.
and decided to
Yes,
fund
sir.
fully fund the rest of the project
Yeah.
and publish it.
Whoa,
So
whoa, whoa, whoa.
it
So
wasn't. So
Xbox.
hold on. So if it wasn't for PlayStation, this game would not be coming out. I just
You
want to
know
make
what's
that clear.
you know what's funny? I think this is the same studio that literally gave all their PS5 or their
Yeah, they
devs
give their
PS5s,
employees-
and now
they
they're
give
like we couldn't
employees.
fund it. That's funny as shit.
No. They made the deal before that.
Oh,
They
is
made
it funny?
they bought the PS5s because PlayStation gave them gave them the
I see,
money.
I see.
But it looks really good. But yeah, I know Smooth is gonna be salty. Yeah, that's
No,
fucked up or
no,
whatever. But
I
anyway,
like
this,
how you
this
said-
game wouldn't be made if it wasn't
Okay.
for PlayStation. They didn't have money to finish it.
So I like how you preemptive damage control this, right? You say
Yeah. Okay.
you made sure to
Ah.
emphasize because
Preemptive
PlayStation
damage
came
control.
through.
Yes.
This game had to, so it had to be a PlayStation exclusive. All right.
Yes.
If it wasn't for Microsoft, there would be no Rise of the Tomb Raider, but it still came out for PlayStation. If it wasn't for Microsoft, there would be no Dead Rising 4 or no Dead Rising 3, but Dead Rising 4 still
Hate
came
it.
out for PlayStation. If it
Good
wasn't for
point.
Microsoft, Psychonauts
But blame
2,
that on
if it wasn't
Microsoft
for
for not taking
Microsoft,
that
Psychonauts 2 wouldn't be half the game it was when it released, but it shit still came out from phony ass PlayStation
True,
gamers,
true.
didn't it? So I'm
Yeah,
just
and
saying,
that's
like,
Microsoft
phony?
being
It's
soft.
phony.
Microsoft is soft. They
Oh,
let them.
no,
they let them run this game
Chris, you can't.
come to
No,
PlayStation.
you can't say that. You can't say that because the Tomb Raider shit. The whole fucking community bitched about this shit for no reason, and essentially forced Microsoft to drop that game on that exclusivity to PlayStation. Like, come on, bro.
But
No, I don't think. No.
then
I don't
Smooth
think.
can't
The
use
shit-
No,
Psychonauts
they don't.
2
They
then.
don't. There's no evidence proving that it was going to be a permanent exclusive, and then there was a backlash, and Microsoft said, "Oh no, we got to make it."
No,
for
it's just the
PlayStation."
time.
There's no.
Exclusive. That's the
There.
only thing.
Yeah, it was a time. It was a timed exclusive.
Yeah, everyone was like, why is it so long for the time exclusive? Everybody started bitching and complaining, and then motherfuckers have to change
Hold up.
course.
If Chris can't use Tomb Raider, then Smooth can't use Psychonauts 2 then.
Well, why
because-
does it even matter in the first place?
No,
like,
no, no.
if a platform pays money for a game to be developed,
Yeah,
they
because
should have
remember
the
that,
fucking right to make it exclusive. It is what it is.
Exactly.
but that
That's
was a
just
fucking
Kickstarter.
business.
That was a Kickstarter, and PlayStation fans paid money for that Kickstarter.
yeah,
so
yeah, they should have got the
unless-
Kickstarter version, which was going to be
unless
some
they
dog
was-
shit. They should have got the Kickstarter version of the game. Microsoft came in, delayed the game damn near 2 years.
well, then they should have gave them their money back. They should have refunded. I don't think they
Yeah, they
did.
should have
so
refunded and made it exclusive.
I think
It is what
Double
it is
Fine
what it
kept
is.
that money.
No, I
Oh,
ain't gonna.
damn.
A lot of people ain't gonna like me. I know I got viewers from all across the world, right?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry, had to take a nasty bite of this ice cream. But
What the fuck? Nasty bite? The fuck is the nasty
I ain't
bite?
gonna. This is nothing against the people over there, but the regulars
Don't
in
do
the
it,
United
Smoke.
Kingdom and the regulars across Europe is getting on my damn nerve, yo.
Oh,
I've never
shit.
seen political
Here we go.
professional PlayStation fanboys in my life. To the
Oh
point
yeah,
where-
dude, it's insane.
I don't know what
These-
happened.
Oh,
What happened?
are you really on that conspiracy?
You're-
that they're-
you're-
It's these motherfuckers from the
They
UK,
bum
bro. I
They
swear to you,
bum-bums.
I swear to fucking God, I've never seen someone
Yes,
like.
they're the same
be
ones
so
that stopped
political.
the Nvidia deal.
What
They stopped
happened,
the
though? What
Nvidia
y'all
deal. Are
talking
they AMD fanboys?
No, we're not. No, we're not talking about like acquisitions, bro. Like, come on.
Oh,
What are y'all
talking
about?
I'm
Yeah.
I'm talking about
What's
this
smooth?
Activision.
What happened?
Yeah, you was talking about the acquisition. What you
Because
talking about?
the European,
Yeah,
Oh,
So,
it's the
yeah.
UK. UK got to make shit tough, bro.
the UK and the
Yeah.
European.
Honestly, I
is
fuck
going
with
hard.
the UKs in terms of rulings and stuff, man.
I don't.
Rulings on what?
Cause,
Rulings on what?
literally, like UK, like
What?
they be stopping.
Colonization?
Let
Slavery?
me.
You like that?
Bro, we're
Can I,
talking about.
can I talk, nigga, or what?
Bro.
You gonna let me talk?
Come on
or what?
now.
No, like their rulings on like certain shit, like like them making it difficult for Apple to like not put or not have their chargers not in the box and shit like that. Like,
Oh my
and,
god!
like,
All they want to do
making
is get
sure-
paid money from these big companies.
Make sure you
like
have to.
they're
make sure
trying
they
to
cancel Game Pass.
they're trying to make sure that they're fucking. I mean, at least
Make
from
sure
a certain
what?
aspect that the consumer base is good. They're not getting fucked over.
They're
Sony fucks
delaying
them
the
over
inevitable.
all the time.
I mean, they're trying to stop that, and like also the UK were also trying to stop, EA with the booty boxes and shit. Like they were stopping that shit too. Like with the
So the UK is trying to stop the Activision deal. That what
Yeah,
you're talking
them
about?
and the European did like they
Oh,
protect.
man,
they
This
stopped.
is the thing. Them
need
motherfuckers
to
are
let that
protecting
go, man.
PlayStation and supporting them. My thing is this
Okay.
whole. All right, so I think this is the most I think Microsoft has ever been prepared for Activision, and I feel like everything they calling into question is nonsense. I don't care how much this deal costs. At the end of the day, there's all this proof and all this data out there that tells you this is not like some sort of this is not anti-competitive. It's not a freaking monopoly. And then it's like they're doing all this research, but you're not considering the fact of what PlayStation has been doing, like for like the last decade.
It's not,
and then they're considering this not fair.
comparable to a publisher buyout.
Doesn't-
Third-party marketing exclusive deals is not comparable to a $70 billion acquisition.
It doesn't
of a
need to be.
publisher.
At the end of the day, they're stopping
It's-
a competitor from being
They're
competitive
not
in
stopping
a market.
it.
Yeah, they
They're
are.
saying they're looking-
They're preventing them from growing and
they're
competing.
not. They're
You're
saying- no, they're not.
Microsoft says, "Hey,
so
we
they
need
stopped,
to."
So they stopped the deal. They stopped the deal.
They're trying to.
No, they're not. They're looking more into it. They're doing
No,
a
what they're-
thorough
no.
What they do? They
They're-
just
they're
bitching. They just
trying to-
bitching just to
Alright.
bitch. They just
Hold on,
complaining
hold on,
just to
because
complain.
If the deal goes through, then that means that y'all wrong about they was trying to stop the deal.
But just because the deal goes through doesn't mean that we're ever
Now,
trying to stop it.
Now, if the
Wait,
deal,
what?
now if the deal doesn't go through, then y'all be correct. But if they're saying, hey, we want to look more into this,
No.
right, and they look into it, blah
All right,
blah,
here's
and they
the
still
thing.
allow the deal to go through.
Their investigation.
then none of that shit you saying-
Microsoft did not make any concessions of remedies of what they want to do. The thing is, Sony is pushing them to make the games that Activision have continue to be multi-platform regardless, and Microsoft is not agreeing to that. They're going to do whatever on their terms. They'll agree to Call
No,
of
but
Duty,
you
whatever.
don't know that. You don't know that because they said up to 3 years after that.
No,
But you
no,
don't
no,
know
no.
if after the 3 years that they're actually going to take it off or they're
The
continuing
United
to put it on there.
Kingdom and the European Union's talking points is the fear of them taking games off of not making them available on competing platforms, which is the whole fucking point. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, mind your business. Like, it's like if that was an issue, this entire time, if that was an issue
These
the entire
lawmakers
time,
don't know
if
nothing
that was
about
the issue
the gaming
entire
business.
time, they should have started ruling on those decisions a long time ago. Like it's the dumbest thing. Like
You're conflating two.
Let the
to
deal
compare-
go
you're-
through.
The deal is gonna. Here's the thing: is like, I don't even know why y'all getting like this because the deal is gonna go. There's really like not.
It's
Yeah,
the
I
fact
don't-
that
I
it's
don't see
being
the- I don't see the
delayed.
deal
Like it's
not
just
going
being
through, to
held
be
up.
honest.
It's just getting held up for no reason. That's the thing. Like we all know what's gonna happen, but why is like motherfuckers really trying to like? Oh, we have to look at X, Y, and Z. Blah 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 blah. Like
It's
it
a
doesn't fucking matter. It's gonna
Man,
happen.
Bro, the Bungie
It's a 70. Y'all,
acquisition got
so y'all
delayed.
getting mad at motherfuckers are just being or timid about a $70 billion deal? Like, are you serious? This happens to every fucking company. Are you guys blind? What?
Are you?
That's what I'm saying. It happens
Are you?
like
Are you
crazy.
blind?
They with Nvidia.
What the fuck? Like what? Yeah. When Nvidia was trying to combine with ARM, trying to buy ARM, this shit happened with Nvidia. Now you want to mock? Like, all right, be dumb. I don't give a fuck. All right, fine. Don't listen to logic. That's not my problem. I don't give a fuck.
Listen, man, let the deal
The
go
fuck?
through. I hope Xbox makes Call of Duty exclusive. For the simple fact is that I think that will push PlayStation to go even harder on what they've already been doing, and
Yes, I agree.
you know what I mean. So
I hope
I'm saying it
Microsoft does take that shit
benefits.
off.
It benefits PlayStation fans because now fucking PlayStation has to make a competitive first-person shooter that's relevant on the market. They've been
Right.
denying you guys a solid multiplayer experience for years.
Exactly.
Nothing but single-player games, which is nothing wrong with single-player games. But sometimes you want to just hop on a game with your boys and play something with them that's competitive. get your blood flowing, you know. But this bullshit,
Yeah, they-
oh,
well,
we just
they
gonna
needed
keep
more
dropping the
blood
same type of games. Like, nah, man. And like you can
They're not the
generate
same.
more revenue from
Uncharted's not
multiplayer
the
games
same as God
too.
of War.
Hey man, it is what
Bloodborne
it is.
is not
man.
the same as Ratchet and Clank. Stop it.
What are you talking
But,
about?
Um,
I ain't
let's
saying
get,
nothing about the games being the same. I'm talking about the model behind it.
let's
Oh,
get
okay,
back
okay.
to
I
the
thought you
let's
were
get back
saying-
to the showcase because we got the game of the
Oh,
year
yeah, okay,
2022
so-
coming up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So okay, so the last game you mentioned was
What game of the
Project E,
year?
which is now Stellar Blade,
Oh,
and
shit,
then
whoops.
Wait, is Elden
Stel-
Ring being launched
Stellar
again?
baby.
yo, can I
Is Elden Ring launched
continue?
again?
Can I continue? Okay.
Oh yeah,
Jay came
go
in.
ahead, Mister. Let
Jay
me
came in
finish.
hurt, man.
And
Jay came in hurt.
then Team Ninja announced which was very surprising to me because they just announced what's that game at the Xbox Showcase? Wulong.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, the Wolong, yeah.
Yeah, they just announced, right, which is their
That shit was
next
fire.
up and coming game, right, which is multi-platform. But PlayStation is continuing the relationship that they had with Neo 1 and 2 because PlayStation SIE published both of those games, so they're doing a third publishing deal with Team Ninja for an open world samurai game called Rise of the Ronin. It looks
awesome.
like a mix of Assassin's Creed and Ghost of
Yeah,
Tsushima,
it looks
and it
nice.
looks amazing. I love Team Ninja.
Very nice.
I play all of their games, Ninja Gaiden, Neo, and stuff like that. So I can't wait for this game. It's a next gen only game. Is PS5 only. At least it's gonna be the same as Neo.
PC
PS5
as
first,
well, sir,
and then
baby.
PS5 first, and then PC.
No, I mean
I just hope it ain't on some Dark
what it say
Souls shit,
what it say console.
Yeah, it's
console
definitely
exclusive?
gonna
That's
be on
just
some
coming to
Dark Souls
PC,
shit.
bro.
You think
Yeah,
it
that's
is
what I'm
gonna
saying.
be?
It's gonna
It's coming to
it's gonna be
PC
like
day and
Neo.
date. That's what it sounds like.
Hold on,
It
so
sounds
you
like
think it is
PC
gonna be
day
on
and
some
date.
Dark Souls
Yeah, I
shit?
think it's gonna be on some Dark Souls shit.
See, I
Oh,
hope not.
there you go.
man.
You're not gonna
it's
buy
gonna
it.
be like it's gonna be like Neo. It's
Neo's
gonna be,
like
yo,
Dark Souls.
Neo's like Dark Souls.
No,
Yeah.
I know, but here's the thing. Neo has way
Alicia's
better
here.
combat and a way better
What's up,
gameplay
Yeah,
and combat
Don't
than
nobody
Dark
want
Souls.
to fucking have like? I just want to play my
I do. I love the Souls
stress-free games, dog. Like, what's wrong with a simple action adventure
Yeah,
game, dog?
but you don't
I feel
know if this is gonna be like a game where they don't have like a difficulty mode or anything like that. Like we don't
That's
know
true.
too much. We still don't know too much about the game, so I will hold off on that aspects of it yet. But the fact because Neo was more level based, right? It's like it's not a
versus Dark
seamless.
Souls.
Yeah, it's not a seamless world, right? It's like you go from level to level, right? And you choose it from an overworld and stuff like that. This is an open world game. So this is like, so it looks good. It looks great. I'm
It does
excited
look
for it.
good.
But
Me too.
unfortunately it is a 2024 game and the Project E game
2024.
But that's
is
good
a 20
though.
is a 2020 is a
Yeah, it's
2023
mad
game.
far out. Yeah.
Yeah,
What the
so next year PlayStation is getting Project Eve, FF16, Spider-Man 2, Forspoken, and whatever else is coming as well. But I thought that game was really good. I'm a huge
Forspoken's gonna
Ninja
flop.
fan. So
That's been one of the complaints about PlayStation. Like we just don't know what beyond 2023 has to offer. So
Whoa,
I'm-
wait. No, Dre, don't say that because at least you
Yeah.
guys know what games are coming next year.
No,
Xbox has no fucking clue what's
but
coming
I'm
next year.
saying though,
but you
like
got Starfield and
That's
Redfall.
facts.
Starfield. Oh my
Redfall.
god. Oh my god. Starfield.
Redfall. You know what? I was actually I wasn't.
I'll give Redfall a chance. Starfield is looking like I'm gonna have to wait a
I
year.
was like, yeah, Redfall is whatever. I don't care for it. But the last gameplay that they showed, I was like, okay, it looks decent. It looks all right. But and then after that, boom. And you know what's crazy? Like I was about to give PlayStation a huge L if they ended this shit on the goddamn controller because I
I
thought that
was gonna
happen.
laugh my fucking
I
ass off, bro.
right.
I was
They would've
laughing when
ended
I
on
saw
that
that
controller.
shit.
and that controller looked like ass too. I'm not even gonna hold you on
Do you
that.
think they were gonna because they showed a God of War Ragnarok theme DualSense controller. When they showed that shit, I was like, and they started fading to black. I was like, please don't tell me, because I was like, the show is great, but please don't tell me you're gonna end it on this shit.
That
And
controller
then they
looks terrible.
showed a fucking amazing, epic
Game of the year.
trailer. It's looking like
Contender.
it's gonna be game of the fucking year.
Contender.
Listen, I love
Listen.
Elden Ring. Y'all know
Strong
I went
contender.
hard for
Strong
Elden Ring.
contender.
Strong
even
contender.
Xenoblade Chronicle Blade 3, but it's looking like God of War is going to be that my personal
strong
game of the
competitor.
year.
Very
what I-
strong competitor.
Do y'all remember when I told y'all the only thing that's going to hold God of War Ragnarok back is the story? Like if that story's not hitting, then that's the only way it won't win Game
I'm
of the Year.
telling you, I
I'm
swear
telling
to
you,
you, Dre, I
listen,
think there's gonna be one thing.
I'm
There's gonna be
telling y'all
one
right
thing that
now.
throw people off, bro. I'm telling you, there's gonna be one thing like how The Last of Us did it. There's gonna be some one thing God of War does with that story that's gonna piss people the fuck off, bro.
I'm telling
And
y'all right
visually,
now.
hold on. Visually, it is a step up from 2018.
It's
I
an
don't care what
upgrade.
nobody
told
says.
y'all.
Now
I told y'all
it
that.
now it doesn't
Yeah.
look like DLC anymore. Yeah,
I told y'all that from the beginning.
anymore.
Me too,
Facts,
Dre. I was
facts,
with you.
facts,
I was
facts.
saying the same thing.
I 100% agree with you guys on that.
All I said was originally it looked like
You were
DLC.
trying to cap.
That's not
That's
cap
what
at
you were
all.
trying to do. You were trying
It's
to
not cap
You
at
was like,
all.
Listen,
I don't see much difference.
Horizon
let's-
Zero
let's-
Dawn versus Horizon Forbidden West is a bigger upgrade than it was originally. From the
all I'm
first
going-
trailer,
yes,
it was a
yes,
bigger
yes, yes.
upgrade. That's not cap. That's
all
a
I'm
fact.
gonna say is it
I mean,
was
I have
nice.
eyes, bro. Like what the
It
fuck?
was nice knowing you, Elden Ring. You had a good
Mm.
6 months run, baby.
We'll
If
see
not, it's
we'll
not.
see
A
you at
good-
the
We'll see.
VGAs.
You-
We'll
you
see
had
you
a-
at the VGAs.
You had
Well,
a
we'll-
good
we'll
6
see,
months
we'll see.
run, man.
God,
It's
God of
play
War,
Elden
God
Ring,
of War
Drake.
We'll
is,
see you at
is,
the
is a
VGAs.
strong contender.
All
I'm gonna
right,
be
Drake.
there day
Listen.
one.
You can't
I'm
speak on
telling
it.
y'all
He ain't
right
play it.
now.
Right?
If this story hits, I'm telling y'all right now.
Oh no, it's gonna be fire. It's gonna be fire.
If this story hits, it's over. It's a wrap. It's
you know
over.
what? You know what's fucking funny as shit though? Is people
Nah, this
like
shit is-
fucking.
this shit is fire.
You know what's funny as shit though? People like are like saying like, oh, we thought it was gonna be easy year for 2022 for Elden Ring, but now we got all these contenders and they put Horizon Forbidden West. Y'all know that shit ain't gonna win no game of the year. Stop bullshitting. Stop bullshitting.
Yo,
You know that shit
Horizon
ain't gonna
Forbidden
win.
West is not a contender. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
we know,
Great game.
damn well that shit is not no goddamn contender.
It's
Stop,
not
stop
game of the year
Nah,
bullshitting.
it's a great game. Nah.
Yeah, it's a great game,
gonna
but
be
it's
a
not got-
contender
It's not, no,
though.
it's not over Elden
Not
Ring.
not a real
Nah.
contender. It may be on the
Oh.
list, but realistically, that shit ain't
If it-
winning though.
I'm not gonna lie. If it was
Realistically, that
last
shit
year,
ain't winning.
if it was last year, it could have won last year. Maybe.
Oh yeah, no,
maybe
it
last
won
year.
last year for sure. If it was out,
But you know,
last
this year, nah, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You got two heavy hitters that came
And-
out.
And
I don't know. You know what?
And-
It Take Two still probably would have beat it last year. Maybe.
Yeah,
It Takes
most likely.
Two. It Takes Two was up there for sure.
Like the only thing I can see. Okay, so like
and
the one-
also they said Last of Us Part 1, that's not gonna win because it's a
No,
it's
that's-
a remake.
no, that's-
It's a remake.
that's-
They
that's
never
forgiving.
can't
remakes
nominate it.
never win. Remakes
No,
never
no,
win. So
no,
it's
well,
off the
one-
board
No,
automatically.
hold on. Well, I'm on the stance where 1-to-1 remakes, meaning it's like the same game, but obviously just a visual upgrade. I don't think those should get nominated. Now, if it's a reimagining like Resident Evil 2 or Final Fantasy 7 remake, yeah, absolutely, because those are like brand new games. Those are like completely different from the original. But 1-to-1 remakes like Demon Souls, right, and or The Last of Us, I personally don't agree with it being nominated for Game of the Year. Personally, I don't agree with that.
I mean, whether it's nominated or not, it's not going to win because the remakes never win. It's just that's a curse. It just they never win. So
Resident Evil 2
realistically,
almost won.
yeah, Resident Evil 2 should have fucking won. To be honest, honestly,
And
over
7 remakes
Sekiro, it should have won.
over Last of Us. I don't care what nobody says.
yeah. Like I was about to say, like the only criticism I see, like
I'm
them
lagging.
giving God of War is like if they feel like it's too much of the same, right?
Yeah,
But
I can see that.
They already turned me off. The game's too long.
I don't think they. I don't think that's like a
Did you
valid
play Assassin's
criticism.
Creed?
Yeah, but
Wait,
Assassin's Creed.
Jay,
don't
you're in
come
my
out every
game.
year.
What the fuck?
60 hours, 70 hours. Yeah, exactly.
Yo, Jay, wait, you're in my game, my dude.
I think if they gave Elden Ring a pass for being too much of the same, I think they should give God of War a pass. You know what I mean? That's just me though.
Elden
But
Ring a pass for being too much the same of what?
Of
too
what?
much of this of Dark Souls. It got the same animations. It got the same animations.
So
dog.
here's the
It got
thing.
this-
But so
God
does
of
God of
War,
War.
the new
Okay,
generation
that's what
of
I'm
God of War
saying.
is,
That's what-
is
that's what I'm
freaking
saying.
inspired by Dark Souls as well too. So that's
but
like
that's
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying.
true.
If they gave Elden Ring a pass for that, they got to give God of War a pass for that too.
Although in this one's move in Ragnarok, it's looking like it's a lot of the movesets are from the original game, like the hook swing in his back, from the old games and stuff like that. So they're bringing a lot of the old game aspects
Oh shit.
of the movesets into this new,
Yo,
reinvented God of War shit, and this shit looks fucking
y'all see
epic.
them new
as
enemy
fuck,
type,
bro.
dog? Them new enemy
Yes.
type? Come on, man. This game, man. It was
If
nice
this game
knowing
wins
you,
Game of the
man.
Year, that means 2018 shouldn't have won Game of the Year.
What?
Huh?
How does that make sense? Mo?
Because
The
all they're
things
doing
that you
is
say,
because
Smooth.
here's the thing.
What?
The game is obviously going to be an improvement. It's better. It's going to
It
have
was a
more
different
varied
time and
animals.
standard in 2018.
Yeah, like
I'm so
repeatable
confused.
orcs. Were you ogres? Like repeatable
What
ogres?
the fuck is Scott? Are you serious?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think God of War 2018 is the most overrated game that we've
Most
played.
overrated.
And I'm not saying it's bad, but it's
Oh.
extremely overrated. I don't think it should have won Game of the Year.
Nah.
Personally, my game of the
I
year was
don't
actually
agree.
Spider-Man 2018, but I understand why God of War. It's not my favorite God of War, but it was a damn good game, and what it did on a technical level of telling a complete story and a one-shot camera angle for an action adventure game that hasn't been done before. So
Yeah.
I can see why it won.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
haven't gone back to
don't.
play that game since I beat it.
I did. I had to get the platinum before Ragnarok.
I had to beat it on PC, so I played it twice.
Yeah, man. Just let's get ready for a funeral come December.
Yeah, but it should be a two-game race.
And no one's gonna cry about it.
A two-game
man,
race.
I'm
Like I
telling
said
you,
before,
man.
like I said before, the only
promise
people
you,
that
dog. I'm telling you, man.
it's not like
We
it's
can
not gonna be on the
probably
same
name-
level.
we could
Watch
probably name
Twitter.
all the
If God
nominations
of War
for Game of the
loses,
Year, like-
Twitter is gonna be fire. Twitter is gonna be. They're gonna be so mad.
The conspiracy.
Equally, if Elden Ring loses.
No.
You know what's
telling
No,
you.
we've already had this conversation. No,
We
no,
yeah,
you
we
know
did.
this.
You know what's crazy, right? If when Ragnarok comes out, right, and I expect this game to get over, I don't think it's gonna have the 88 curse right now, right?
That would
I
be
think
funny as
Ragnarok
shit. I ain't gonna hold you.
is gonna break the 88 curse streak, whatever. But so I'm expecting over 90. I'm calling it, right?
Me too.
But if it gets a good like the first game or higher or whatever, I better see those same people that used the excuse for Elden Ring when they said, well, Elden Ring scored that high because it was nothing but Souls fans that review it. I better see those same people say the same shit for God of War because
It's only God of War.
because even in The Last of Us, kind of funny. Greg Miller and them gave it a 5 out of 5, and they said because they're a huge Last of Us fan. There was a IGN France gave it a 10 out of 10 and said as a remake and what it offers something new. This game is actually a 7 out of 10, but because it's The Last of Us, is a 10 out of 10. So I better use that whole media bias.
I don't
Media bias that people use against Elden Ring and against Nintendo games. Y'all better use that same logic when it comes to these PlayStation games. I don't believe in none of that shit, but
I personally don't agree. Like, okay, if the original game got a 10 out of 10, then I would think the remake should get a 10 out of 10 because it's the same game. I mean, like,
you a mod game, bro.
I was playing first. Shut up. What the fuck are you talking about?
You a mod game.
I was playing
my
first.
match. It's my lobby.
Shut up.
Yeah,
No, I'm top player.
I'm in agreement with that, but I stopped respecting remake scores when GameSpot had the nerve to give Gears of War 1 a 6. The remake after them, they gave the original game in 2006 a fucking like 9.25. I'm like, are you serious, bro? It's the same game with better resolution and better frame rates. Are you serious?
Right. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, but I
and it came with all the content plus more that only appeared on the PC version. I was like, and at that point, I was like, fuck these outlets.
But I can see how, like, over time, like, your views would change.
Yeah, but Gears of War gameplay didn't change.
No, hold on, but listen. Well, not. But I'm also referring to The Last of Us. Cause I could see how somebody be like, "Yo, when I first played this back in 2013, this shit was amazing for its time and a 10 out of 10." But now, since I'm playing it again with, after playing Last of Us 2 and all the other games that I played as a new release in 2022, yeah, it's still great. It's still a great game. But now looking at all the context that I had playing games, with the Last of Us 2 mechanics and shit like that, now this game is like an 8 out of 10 in 2022. I don't necessarily think that it's like just because it was a 10 out of 10 in 2013 that it has to be a 10 out of 10 in 2022.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree they should have change up the gameplay. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, but that got a raw trailer, man. I can't wait for that game.
It looks really good.
Amazing, bro.
It looked really good.
It looks amazing.
To be fair,
not really good. It looks amazing.
The trailer
bro.
looks, the trailer looks good. You know, what I mean, I hope y'all enjoy it. Like I'm not. I mean, I got no reason to be salty. I'm just not really hyped about it. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be good. I hope
all I know is Microsoft and Bethesda. They made a good call by delaying Starfield because God of War was
absolutely
washed.
Oh yes,
it was
absolutely
washed. Starfield.
It would have been a buggy mess, and people would have made fun of that shit all day. People would have the comparisons on Twitter would have been insane. That shit would have been OD.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll see. I mean, hopefully, people will play the game and enjoy the game for what it is, and not pretty much make just take snapshots of the game and compare it to whatever launched in Game Pass.
Oh, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, that's like,
absolutely.
Those are like corny ass gamers, dog. That's like the most corny shit I've ever seen, bro.
For a decade, you've been in this community for a decade.
You know exactly. Yeah, you know exactly.
It's like these dudes do not like. It's like, bro, like
it's never gonna stop. It's never gonna stop. You know that's gonna happen.
That's why I don't like when people question my gaming. Don't question my gamer integrity. I get really offended because I'm like, I gotta sit here and watch you on Twitter do the stupid shit you do. Don't even enjoy games, but when I'm actually enjoying the game, I gotta hear your shit just for when you finally enjoy a game. You need to use that as a token against like something you're not playing. It's the lamest shit, bro. It's the lamest shit. Like I hope it's all right. Like I said, I was like, I'm not. It's going to be one of those games where I end up buying the day to come out. I mean, I ain't pre-ordering it. I'm not doing anything special for it. I did the same. Like the only reason why I got God of War 2018 because I was back when I used to travel to this shitty ass place called New York. I would go to the mom and pop spot and I got it like a couple days early, and that's why I was like, all right, let me jump on this. But now it's like, hey, whatever.
Smooth, man. You gotta stop letting your fanboyism suppress your excitement, bro. It's okay.
But the thing is, I'm not excited.
You don't have
excited for Forespoken than I am for God of War.
You don't have. Come on, bro. Stop it. I'm excited for
Forspoken,
but that's cap. That's cap, bro.
They're actually saying Forspoken is not as bad as we think it is.
That's what I've been saying.
I saw Skill Up. I saw Skill Up's preview of it. I mean, okay. But no, I'm not gonna give that game. I'm not gonna give that game any props.
What did Skill Up said? I didn't watch it. What did he say?
Basically, he was like, "Oh, the combat is really, really good. The spells, there are a lot of variety of spells. It's not just like some bullshit like the same spell but repeated. Like there was like the Final Fantasy like Firaga like shit. That it's not like that. They're very. There's like two different. There's like two main different types of spells. And essentially, there's like a bunch of different variances on them, and also there's like support spells. But he was like saying like the enemies he were fighting were like pretty like weak until like the very end. He played like an hour's worth until like the very end, and then like he fought some enemies to where he actually had to use support spells, and like all the combat just basically came together. But like it was saying like the what would be the weak point is if the story and or what you're going to be doing for said game is if that's weak, then the game is going to be just overlooked and it's going to to be just trash.
Well, game coming out in January, nothing else is really coming out.
The Dead Space
How
remake.
the fuck that guy get 41 kills?
Dead Space remake comes out in January as well, like 2 days after I think. But the only thing that to me that I think will set the game back, because I've been saying like the combat and shit like that looks great. It is going to be the story, right? The story and the dialogue and the character and how they handle, her, if she's an actual likable character, right? And it's also going to be on the exploration aspects of it too. The traversal aspects looks great. It's going to be fun traversing, but
he said it was like this one button traverse where you just run and it just automatically does shit.
Open world looks so freaking barren. That performance also looks kind of shaky.
And he was saying the performance was shaky too. Yeah.
Where
they definitely showed it on PC, not the PS5.
If it's gonna be the traditional, open world where it's like you explore something, but it's like all you're getting is a chest with like better equipment or something like that. Because it's like in this post Elden Ring world where it's like all the places you explore were extremely varied and shit like that, right? But I don't know. To me, it's like, what are the rewards for the exploration? Are they like significant and different every time you find something, or is it just like I'm going here and I'm finding a treasure, then I'm going here and I find another treasure, So that's it. But I think the game looks good.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm still not buying it, but
I'm not sold on that game at all.
I might monkey D. Luffy. I don't know.
I'm buying it day one.
I'm just not. Oh,
it'll probably be a sale buy for
if
me.
It comes to PS Plus, then yeah, I'll play it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not sold on it yet. Maybe I'll buy it. Maybe like a CD keys discount would be like tempting, and then like it get good reviews. I'm like,
yeah, that's the thing is,
Yeah, man,
like,
a couple months later, throw it on PS Plus when it doesn't sell well.
I don't want to buy it for $70, but I'm hoping that I find a Windows code fairly cheap. I'm not buying it on Steam. I'm getting Xbox,
bro,
buddy.
Good luck finding a Windows code. They like typically most of the codes that they be giving out be Steam codes. I don't know where you're gonna have to be digging under the couch for that shit. I don't know where you're gonna find that shit.
If worst comes to worst,
in the couch cushion.
Worst comes to worst, I'll just buy it from the Microsoft Store or the Xbox app, whatever you call it. Worst comes to worst, but yeah, man. So I just wanted to talk. I know we've been talking about a lot of Japanese games. So Tokyo Game Show.
Xbox has their Tokyo shit. Yeah,
it's tomorrow or tonight, whatever. I know some idiot is gonna watch it at 5 o'clock this morning. Not me. I'm just gonna have to see what happens on Twitter, bro. Like I was like, I've been not.
Yeah, I'm gonna be sleeping.
Stun grenade.
So but I'm curious to see what they happen. But Phil
Jesus
and Sarah Bond will be there.
I got killed you too.
But happy games like Tekken 8 is coming on Xbox. There's also the Like a Dragon game. And then what else that
Yakuza 8 too, or Like a Dragon 8 got announced.
Like a Dragon 8 and Like a Dragon Ishin.
Yeah, so those are good to see. And then
Judgment and Lost Judgment on PC. Yes, sir. All right, go ahead.
And then we did and we talked about obviously the 007 announcement which happened during the Nintendo show. Octopath Traveler 2 skipping Xbox. Which I'm gonna just say this, fuck Square Enix. I think they're the worst Japanese publisher out there. I can't wait till they're sold into oblivion. I want them to hurry. I want that publisher to be wiped off out of the industry. They're not.
No, listen,
wiped.
Smooth. Listen, Smooth. I'm with you. That to all the Xbox guys, listen. Send Square Enix that message. Don't buy any other games. That'll sure tell them, and just to make sure that tell them you don't want none of that Square Enix. You don't want none of that Square Enix BS on the Xbox platform, right? So don't support Square Enix games. Don't buy. They're screwing y'all over. You know what I mean? Just forget about Square Enix Xbox guys, all right?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So Square Enix. I don't know what it is with them. I do not like them. I do not like them. And like I said, I only got one more game that I will be supporting from them. And that's Forespoken. And I'm only doing it for the culture at this point, right?
For the culture.
For the culture. Other than that, I don't like them. They're overrated. They're the worst run publisher I've ever seen. The brokest, cheapest publisher I've ever seen. These dudes operate like a Walmart, bro. Like I don't get it. But every time I look at Square Enix, I think about other publishers that deserve attention out of the land of the rising sun, and that's Bandai Namco being one of the, if not the best. I know we like what Capcom does, and Sega is favorite among people, but I think
I'm playing
Bandai
on mute. I didn't see that guy.
Is definitely
playing on mute, bro.
Best publisher out of Japan right now because their output is crazy. They have quality content. They don't rely on one IP to sell. Yeah, so they're definitely, they got a lot more respect, a lot more clout, and a lot more quality content than Square Enix. So shout out to Bandai Namco. That's my rant there.
Now, that last part is not true, but Bandai Namco is actually one of the bigger. I think they actually make more money than Square Enix because they do a lot of anime licensed games and like you say, they have a lot of crazy outputs, and especially now this year with Elden Ring. Y'all remember like Bandai Namco publishes the Dark Souls games in Elden Ring, as well too. So yeah, I mean they're definitely up there. I definitely agree with Smooth. They're definitely like within the top three. Square Enix and Capcom are above them in my opinion, but yeah, Bandai Namco is really good.
Yeah, Bandai Namco is definitely fucking up there to be honest. Because I mean, don't they have like a partnership and or like kind of control? Yeah, they control From Software and just like.
Well, no, they don't control From Software. They publish their games, but
there's a lot of
they have
IPs
a percentage. They have a percentage IP ownage in Elden Ring. So meaning that like if there was an Elden Ring 2, only Bandai Namco can only publish that game and nobody else. You know what I mean? So
you know what that means?
Yeah.
You know what that means?
It's gonna be multiplayer. Yeah.
And that means Xbox needs to buy Bandai.
No,
they're gonna ruin them.
They don't.
They will absolutely ruin them. Fuck that
They
shit.
would not. They would just run them as they are. Just
They
it's guaranteed to come on Game Pass. It's all. But shout out to Bandai. But yeah, I'm about ready to get out of here. So you guys got any outros?
But you didn't want to talk about like what Xbox is gonna do at TGS because they're the only one out of the big three that's actually there.
Why are they on?
You know that, right? Like Nintendo and PlayStation don't have their own thing. But I mean, but Nintendo and PlayStation are still gonna be represented because the games are gonna be shown there or gonna be on Nintendo and PlayStation.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Some of them are gonna be exclusives.
I don't have like obviously I'm not the biggest. I don't have the biggest. I can say. I don't know what Microsoft is going to do, so it's like I can't even predict, and I'm not the biggest fan of the JRPGs and stuff like that. So I'm just sort of I'll just be curious to see what they've been able to bring over to the platform. So
these people are annoying.
Like I have no anticipation because like I said, I'm not watching or anything like that. So I have no anticipation, no expectation. So whatever
it's gonna be the Xbox one is not gonna be good at all. I don't think so. I don't have no. It's gonna be trash mostly. But
most likely,
what I do want Xbox to do, man, and I want them to do so badly, Smooth, man. You got to talk to Phil or somebody, right? But I want them to announce a Lost Odyssey 2, right? Or at least a Lost Odyssey remake or something like that.
They should, yeah.
That way they can, and they'd be like, yo, I know some of you PlayStation fans have been asking for more first-party JRPGs from PlayStation. And since they don't want to give y'all any, here, we got y'all over here at Xbox. We got Lost Odyssey. Honestly, I'll buy an Xbox that same day, bro. If they did that shit, they announced that shit, I'll buy an Xbox that same day, bro. No lie.
Oh, I have C4. Whoops.
Lost Odyssey
honestly, that'd be fire.
Believe it or not, I was actually interested.
Yeah, or they're like actually have like a first party JRPG or something like that show up. You know what I mean? Or something crazy like that, like just to embarrass Sony, who don't want to do one no more.
Yeah, like didn't like the 360 have like a bunch of JRPG? They had that Blue Dragon.
They had Tales. They had the Tales of Symphonia. They had
Tales of Vesperia. They had
Vesperia. My bad.
Vesperia. They had Enchanted Arms. They had
they had
99 Nights.
They just didn't sell. Honestly,
Xbox gamers stopped buying games.
They didn't sell.
I always wanted to play that Blue Dragon game too, but never got around to it.
Is it on PC? Go ahead, or you can emulate it.
It was okay. It wasn't that great, honestly. I played it when I was hyped for that game.
You said you played it when Blue Dragon. You could play it on the Xbox. Oh, I forgot you got rid of your Xbox Series.
Well, I got.
Nah, honestly, there's
emulated though.
There's better turn-based JRPGs you can play than Blue Dragon. They should spend your time with
cool, like them shadow monsters and shit.
Yeah, Blue Dragon was cute. They looked like freaking Dragon Ball type.
I can't kill this guy.
No, it was a good looking game, but yeah, but you know what happened is one of the guys who used to make those type of deals and get those type of deals for Microsoft, in terms of y'all really talking.
Yeah, they playing that bullshit, whatever they playing.
Like we doing but anyways, so they They the guy that was getting a lot of their deals, JRPG's exclusive and JRPG just in general, just to come to the platform. He went on to work for Capcom.
Oh no, there's
Yo,
two.
you can't-
Oh, you got both.
God damn,
Yo,
bro,
you
that's
guys are-
foolish.
Sorry.
Come on, man. But he went to Capcom and he became the CEO. He was at Capcom for 10 years. And just last year he left Capcom and he now joined PlayStation as like the head of like third-party relations at Asia and Japan and stuff like that. And he just got there. So we could probably expect more PlayStation Japanese exclusive with him in charge, because he was getting Xbox 360 Japanese exclusive and then he was the CEO at Capcom. So
we trying.
that's what happened. Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We will see, but
And the fact that the games don't really sell that well on that platform. I'm sorry, guys. It's just the truth, man. It is what it is.
No, they
games need
don't.
to come over
They
to the
don't.
platform for them to give them a chance to sell. You can't just
No,
like,
but when they do, they still don't.
I
Sell
mean,
well.
they
but
were.
you
That's
can't- it's
that
not
like
just
yeah.
then stop one and done in it. Make it a consistent thing. They will eventually sell.
They've tried, and then the 360.
That's why Bandai continues to release games on Xbox, and they don't do this one and done bullshit like Square fucking Enix and all that, and then like, you know what I mean, all those little experimental publishing. Them dudes are corny, bro. Like, keep them dog shit ass games. Keep them off Xbox. I don't want to play that shit anyway.
Yes, let them know.
It's-
Yeah, let them know that way they never come to Xbox again. I'll be fine with that.
That's crazy, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. Excuse me. They were there, but they just didn't sell well. So they
Hey,
they
who's
just
still,
left.
who's still
Yeah,
playing?
that's like wow.
I mean, that's literally just it.
Yo,
Original
if
Xbox
Apple
had a
stops
Atlas
selling, if apples and oranges stop selling well, are they going to stop selling us apples and oranges?
At a particular supermarket, yeah.
I don't. I
Yeah.
mean, you sure?
If it's a if
Are you sure?
if they literally stop selling, if they're producing, you do realize the fruit like runs out, or like it spoils quickly.
Yeah.
So if they're producing a bunch of shit and no one's buying it, they're going to reduce stock. That is supply and demand, my dude. That's obvious.
My
That's
dude,
just-
but
I
have never.
my nigga, that's simple economics.
Nah, bro. I don't believe it.
What do you
I don't
mean?
believe it. So
You say you don't
So
believe
you
in
think they're going to
economics?
continue? So you think they're
You
just
don't
going to
believe the
continue?
facts?
Yeah, you don't believe in like the fact that, oh, if I'm selling 10 of these and no one's buying them, or in one person, or only one or two people are buying them, I'm gonna continue to make 10.
the
That's-
fact is,
I'm wasting money, nigga. What do you mean?
Apples and oranges still exist. for me
I'm
to
wasting
buy.
money.
Apples and
The
oranges.
thing
still
is,
exist.
people
J-
always are
JRPGs
buying.
These
exist
niggas
as
got
well, PlayStation.
McDonald's in India, and majority of the population is what, vegetarian. They still bake McDonald's there, right? Like why?
You do realize that they're still making. I guarantee you, there's not as many fucking McDonald's there.
But it's still
like,
there.
What the fuck? It's obvious.
still there.
They're not.
They got a different menu though.
They probably
Yeah,
all right,
so
a
give
different
us a
menu
different
as
menu.
well. That's
Give
that's
us a
another
different
thing.
menu
They probably have a
then.
different menu.
Yo, hold up,
They
it's
did
both,
give you
right?
a different menu.
They made this-
Yeah, the McDonald's menu in
No.
like in China or like in the UK is not the same McDonald's
Y'all
menu
are-
in
y'all are
fucking
getting-
US. Like what?
Y'all are getting Star Ocean and
Like, what the
Crisis
fuck?
Core on Xbox.
There you go. You're
isn't Star
you're
Ocean
getting
from
some of the
Sega?
games.
Sega's
There you
gonna
go.
support Xbox. Crisis Core
Did
is
you
the-
play
is
Unity
the sloppy
Chronicles?
Seconds.
Yeah,
I
did you play
played that
Unity?
stupid shit. Yeah.
Did you beat it?
No, I ain't beat it. I played it, but I got to a point where I couldn't beat it.
Okay.
So why they should continue to bring it for people who don't beat their games?
Wait, now you need to beat it? You have to beat it? I can't play it?
It's a low
Bro,
amount of people
that
buying
is
it
the
and a
reason-
low amount of
hold on.
people beating it. It's both, honestly.
That is the reason why Square Enix.
It's both.
Listen,
So Square Enix care about people beating their games or buying their games?
bro,
Well-
they gave it to you on Game Pass, right? Right?
And
So
Unity
nobody
Chronicles
bought
is not
somebody.
even a Square Enix
No.
game.
No, I'm talking about Octopath. They gave it to you on Game Pass, right? So we know nobody bought the game because it's on Game Pass. Why would you buy the game if it's on Game Pass, right?
Yeah.
But not only that, nobody fucking beat it. Nobody
Nah, I
played
don't
it.
think that's like the most games most games that are out don't get beaten.
Don't they hype up engagement and user? You know how many people playing
Engagement
and
starts
beating
once
the
you
game?
launches the game.
Oh my god!
I'm just saying it's like
I mean,
people,
it does,
if
but
people
that's
relied
not where
on-
it ends.
The interest for
if
that
ga-
game,
if
the
if
interest
games
for
were
Octopath is extremely low on Xbox.
if games were dependent on you beating on them for them to get made, then there'd be no games made.
No, they're mainly dependent on the sales. Obviously, they're mainly dependent on the sales, but obviously they put it on Game Pass. They're not expecting it to sell because it's on Game Pass. So
well, they can't really expect it to sell on Game Pass if Xbox already covered the cost of covered the amount that the game probably would make from sales. So Game Pass, the thing is, people saying they ain't put the game on Game Pass for free. They made money on that, so they can't really claim like, "Oh, your game didn't sell, nigga. You made money from Game Pass."
So you know what? Maybe Microsoft didn't offer him a deal again for it to come to Game Pass.
A deal? It doesn't, but they can still release it on the man. Fuck Square Enix. I'm gonna just keep it at that.
Bro, they still released the games. That you made the fucking McDonald's analogy and it didn't even work because they still released something.
You try to make sense out of bullshit. Leave it alone.
No, it still made sense because they still sell in that market. They're still making some games for the Xbox, nigga.
No, they're not.
He proved that.
They
What do you mean? Crisis Core is in the game? The fuck are you talking about? Now you're just making shit up. See, I'm making no sense, but you're literally making no fucking sense. It's the exact same correlation. They're not producing everything for the said market.
They're not a real publisher.
It's the exact same thing.
They're not a real publisher. They're a bootleg publisher. They just can't afford to make games, but want to be a publisher.
What the fuck are you saying?
I'm saying what they said. They said they can't afford to make games.
You're making no fucking sense.
Didn't Square Enix say they can't afford to make games?
That's not what they said.
What the fuck are you saying? When did
what?
I just read something today.
No, they never said they can't afford to make games.
Bro, you are losing your mind.
Yo, what did I read?
What they can't afford to do is keep pumping money into games that don't sell.
So they can't afford to make games.
They can afford it, but they can't. They don't want to.
You are selective hearing to
an
nth
not
degree.
Making money off of it, eventually they're gonna lose money and they can't afford it.
But they can go on and sell some more studios. They make money that way.
Oh my god!
Holy shit! They're mitigating risk.
You think it's
holy shit?
It's a charity case, and you're just entitled to their.
They're
game.
mitigating.
No. Square Enix is a charity case, but they booty hole.
Bro, Smooth really feels like the world revolves around him. That's literally how you sound right now.
Yeah,
it revolves around me. Everything should go my way. Like, nigga, not everything goes your way.
That's not true. I'm just saying my thing is that you want to be a publisher.
That is absolutely true.
You want to be an outlet to sell games. Then bring the outlets to where I'm at. Don't bring the games to where I'm at.
And what they did,
man, they gave you outright.
They gave you games, nigga.
The catalog available on PlayStation and Nintendo is not the same catalog available on Xbox. So
exactly, because you guys aren't buying them as much.
I want to hear.
So they reduce what they sell. They reduce stock.
That's
hello.
No.
You're living in your own fucking world, bro.
No, I don't want to hear that bullshit.
Sounds like a woman's argument, bro. Like, makes no sense.
So that means
I live. This is my reality. Like,
you're arguing from an
emotional
standpoint, not a logical standpoint.
It's not a logical standpoint. You're in your feelings, my dude.
All right. So my feelings. So why don't?
Yes, what you're saying makes no sense.
So why does Call of Duty still make Call of Duty for Xbox? Sells better on PlayStation. Why do they still make it for Xbox?
It still sells a service. Holy shit! It still sells a serviceable.
That's such a bad example.
No, it's a perfect example.
It's no. It doesn't even.
Such a bad example. We're talking about games that don't sell on Xbox versus a game that sells on every platform.
Yeah, it literally sells on every platform. Smooth.
It makes sense for Call of Duty to drop on every platform.
Yeah.
If nobody's gonna buy the game and nobody's gonna play a fucking game on Xbox, why even bother putting the game out on that platform?
Makes no sense. Because that's what you're supposed to do.
Brother, you're acting like Call of Duty doesn't sell more than 1 million on Xbox. It does.
Multi-million.
Of course it does. It sells multiple million. Just because it sells less doesn't mean they don't make their fucking margins and make their money back and more. Like, what are you talking about?
I just think that's I think that your excuse that you're making
no
sense. Square Enix is very poor.
How's an excuse that because they're making money? They're obviously not making as much money as fucking Call of Duty
is making. They're not making money.
So that's why they're not putting the same product on it.
Whether Square Enix puts some games on Xbox or PlayStation, they still ain't making money. Cheap
ass.
Anyway,
they may not be making their money back though that they invested, or not making them as much profit as they want. That's the fucking point, bro. They're in the business to make money. The fuck?
Dre, what do you think, Dre?
What are you saying?
Should Square Enix keep putting their games that don't sell on Xbox?
Yeah. Just make themselves bankrupt. How about that?
I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Square Enix, so
if the game was that hot, they wouldn't have to worry about going bankrupt.
No, we're not talking about how you feel about them personally. I'm talking about the situation of them, skipping Xbox and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always the potential to make money on, other platforms, So, I mean, I would say, yeah, just for the potential that it could happen. It could make some
I'm
type of
like,
good money.
hey, 100,000 on Xbox is better than $0 on Xbox.
Yeah,
So
I would
Hey,
say
is
my
it
attitude.
compared to the
Yeah.
compared to the dev time and cost?
Dev
You
time
sure about
really
the
to port a game, nigga. You make it. I don't
You
want to
think
hear that
100,000
bullshit
is
live,
worth?
bro.
You think 100,000 is
Dev
worth their time? I don't know how
you
much
think-
it costs
how
to
much-
make.
You
Bro,
really
I don't
think
know
it's
how
that
much it costs for
dev time to make a game on Xbox after you done released it on PC and PlayStation? Niggas make games off a basic engine nowadays. You don't even have to. You guys act like they developed the game for each
This
and
nigga-
every platform that exists. They develop one game
They still
on
have to
one
make a
engine.
port.
That's
What
all
the
they
fuck?
do.
They're completely different APIs. They have to make.
what they did, copy
Or
and
not
paste move.
completely. There's completely
Copy and
different
paste.
dev kits, my
Bro,
dude. They still have to
bro.
port the game. What the fuck are you saying? What,
Yo,
bro?
He
You are
said-
just
well,
arguing
yeah,
my
oh,
feelings.
listen,
My feelings. My feelings. What are you saying?
It takes an extra
Listen, at
40
the end of the
hours.
It makes no sense.
At the end of the day, Smooth, you think Octopath Traveler was garbage anyways? The first
It
game, you didn't
was.
like it.
It was, yeah.
Okay, so
It
you
was.
shouldn't. So you shouldn't give a fuck that the second game. is not
No,
coming.
no, it's a principle. That's all. Like, it's a principle.
Ah, here
Like,
we go. The
It's like a
principle.
principle. I'm not gonna play it, but I still want to hear.
Yep.
yeah, somebody else may play it.
It's
Maybe I
smooth.
may want to play
We
it
have,
later.
we have something. We have something for those people. It's called a Switch.
Hey,
So-
Smooth, you was
Yeah.
getting your ass whooped by these thorns right here on this gameplay, dog. Like you died about a good 6 times.
Bruh.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that should drive me nuts. If I don't know if I had my microphone on, but I was fucking raging. Oh man! All right, let's get out of here, dude.
That was too funny.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Playing Xbox Podcast, episode 121. Shout out to everybody that showed up. Chris Righteous, dope. Surge Rated Great. Bless his red. Shout out to Ole Man Logan. I think he's at a concert. And
Hey.
NickBanks is probably
Thank you, bro.
sleeping. And
Oh,
Sad Man, Sad Boy Blue. I'm not exactly sure. But we will see you guys next week. Have a blessed day.
Peace.
Peace.
This man.